Bro,
Unless you're going to move it around like a ring announcer.
I could remove this bit out and then just hold it like that. Alright, let's get on to this.
James Brown. Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 126. 126?
Yeah, 126.
126. I don't even sound sexy. We need to get into the 130s. I don't like this. Welcome to episode 126 of Hype and Then Some. We are back in the building once again. Do you know what? I don't know why in my mind I was going to say Hype and Then Some, also known as. There's no also
AKA.
known as. Yeah. It's just as. You're right there, MBT.
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm just getting myself comfy.
See what I mean? Why is it so quiet?
Hello.
Much better.
Bumberclad.
Big difference.
Wow.
What a
Do you need to do on yours?
I've done it on mine before.
Yeah, we're kosher.
I'm telling you, the people that are in this room, the cube. Where
Cameras behind you. Speak to the peoples.
the cube? I'm not gonna lie, yeah.
Wow, blue.
Wow, blue indeed.
Oh, fumble, God.
Seriously. Anyway, let's get back into the introduction. Hello, everyone. Welcome to episode 126 of Hype and Then Some. I am Kesi, aka K's Boogie in the Cure. What do you do?
And it's your boy, Mr. Taribo. Shout me to you if you're damn well nasty.
And it's Mr. MBT, the world boss. I need to get that as a chain.
You know,
Vibes Cartel will
Copyright
sue
laws.
you immediately.
from jail cell.
No, because the chain would just be WB.
Warner Brothers will come after you. There's so many people that will come after you. You don't want that smoke.
That's not a lawsuit I want.
At all. Do you know one thing that I really enjoyed when I was younger?
What?
Like one particular picture. If you see the police coming,
Warner brother. Oh Lord have mercy.
I
You
was
were
like,
so
that's
corny.
so smart, so genius. Warner brother,
so,
man.
So corny.
I like the gangster SpongeBob.
Because we're all born in the 70s. Warner brother, man. I'm sorry. All this stuff you guys talk about, you guys are old as fuck.
Was you on Pixo?
Yes, I was.
When? For how long?
When people used to do the it's funny because people do it now, but the what's those cameras called? The Polaroid cameras. And you used to have your fingers like this, and you have your tag name underneath, and fireworks going.
Yeah, but
dead pictures.
Yeah, I get it, but that was from Pixo to Bebo.
Yeah, kind of.
That took a time. What was your first social media platform?
Pixar, then Bieber, then MySpace.
I didn't go on Bieber. I went onto MySpace.
I was on Bieber, MySpace. I tried.
Which one did you do first?
Bieber.
Before MySpace?
Maybe. I don't remember.
Interesting.
I went from Pixo to MySpace.
Maybe it might have been
dead,
like that.
Man.
My first one was Habbo Hotel.
Oh, Habbo Hotel. Does that count?
I remember Habbo Hotel.
Of course.
Okay, I didn't know that counted.
And there was another one as well. Is it called High Five? Did I make that
Sims?
up?
I don't remember.
High Five?
Sims.
No, not Sims. I
don't
never
remember.
did Sims. I didn't really care
Yeah,
for
that
it.
thing was
I had
chaotic.
Neopets.
Oh.
Yep. I think it was called High Five. Anyway, it was one of these social media platforms. That's where the pervs were. It was really bad.
Oh,
like
Lord have
really
mercy.
not good stuff.
How did you find yourself on there?
No, it was like Habbo Hotel. You know Habbo Hotel, there was a corner of it that was perverse.
That was very dark. Yes, there was a very dark section of Habbo
There
Hotel.
was certain adult
man.
grown men that were on there for the little kids.
Yeah, it was very,
Dirty
very dark.
stuff. But I
heard they're all
think it
in
was
jail
called
now.
High Five. Maybe. And then Pixo. And then MySpace. I was on MySpace for so long. You couldn't kick me out of that place.
You was on MySpace even when Facebook was up, isn't it?
I think I was on it when Bieber was in his prime. I'm not even gonna lie. I stayed on there for
Was
time.
MySpace the one that caught my rapping lyrics?
No, yours was on
Excuse
Facebook.
me?
Yeah,
What?
was it Facebook?
Yeah, it was Facebook. Because your name was something Shankers, and it
Oh.
was like, yeah.
That's a good kid.
No,
It was like that.
No,
it wasn't Shankers,
it was Slammers.
Slammers.
And then
What
Toby-
Slammers
It was
was
Slammers.
Toby?
It was
was
Millsap.
Slammers.
It was Millsap.
Yeah, it was Millsap, but there was a tag there. But it was like,
I don't remember.
Sorry, explain Millsap.
So it was basically came from Halo. We used to play Halo a lot.
I
for
don't
some
know where
reason.
it came from.
And I was legendary with the sword in Halo.
Yeah,
I was just a sword
no,
guy.
no.
I'll creep up you, you gone. Bye. So
It was like
the line
shank
was
them
something
and ankles or
like
something
I
like
can't
that.
remember. It was like something about shanking your back, make you relax.
Yeah, shaking your back, making me like. So this what happened, yeah.
We don't promote violence.
No,
by
we
the way.
don't.
This is a
We
game.
don't. This was just because Toby was cold. Toby was cold at Halo.
How old are we at this point?
Teenagers.
Yeah, we're in secondary school.
15 years
How
old, maybe 15.
16,
Yeah.
17.
No, because you was about
18,
like year
19,
8.
back
You
at
was
that.
like
Yeah,
year
actually,
8,
no,
and I
yeah,
was
probably
like
young,
year 10.
actually, yeah.
Okay.
And then so we were at my cousin's house, yeah.
Oh,
And then Facebook was on the screen. So everyone was sharing their Facebook. And then we went on Toby's one. And then my dad sits there. And
He walked to the room, actually.
He walked in the room.
Yeah.
So he's just innocently observing the room. And he looks at the screen. So calm. And he's like, Toby.
What does that say?
What does that say? and it says what Toby said, and my dad was
Shankum,
like,
nankum, make him relax.
nah. Because Toby actually had a rap. Toby had a rap. After,
You remember how it goes?
I don't. I barely. All I remember is that one bit where it's Shanky about making relax. I don't remember something like that.
Welcome to Halo. Halo was a cold game.
Halo is still to today a cold game.
Cold game.
You can play that for hours.
Shout out Halo. What was your tag when you were younger?
Oh, what was yours?
Mine was M dot.
Yes, for a very long
Mine was
time.
M dot.
You didn't have like a younger, whatever.
No, because I had no
older?
younger. Because I was the big boy.
Yeah,
I had M dot. I had Boss Man. I had what else?
Boss man. Yeah, you
Boss
did
Man
that.
That's
Mike.
what Uncle Henry still calls me.
Boss man.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then it now became MBT,
Nice.
Okay.
the art song.
Okay. My first tag was Lady Lippy.
You had bubblegum in your hair,
Lady
didn't you?
Lippy.
What
Yeah,
about your
yeah,
one
yeah.
that was about cards? Was it? It was no.
Cards.
What?
I swear you had one that was about cards.
It's
Hustler kid.
Lady Lippy and then K.C. That's all I've ever
Really?
been.
Lady Lippy.
So who was Lady Ace?
That she was a rapper.
Not me, bro.
I think she was a rapper.
I promise you that could never be me.
I swear you had
What?
one.
Queen of what? Fuck out of here with that, man.
Wait, wasn't that Bearman's sister?
No, she's what's Bear Man's sister?
Or do we tell me
No,
today?
No, what's her name? It's not Lady Lion or something like that. It's
Lioness.
Lioness.
Mad. Shout out Lioness.
Bearman. She
Yeah.
was Lioness, yeah.
Yeah. They like the animals, don't
Oh,
they?
Yeah.
we really went for a bad time.
Yeah,
What
no.
the heck?
No, but that was a good time. It was our time. I don't mind it.
I guess so.
Come on,
I guess so.
K.C. You can't tell me jack shit, mate.
I don't know about that one.
Slammers.
I don't know about
Millsap.
But the thing is,
Millsap.
Shaking your back, make it relax.
But the thing is,
I was a terror on Halo. I'm telling you right now. You didn't want to see Millsap come there.
what is so
Shut it down.
What is so mad, yeah? What is so mad is that even though Toby's name was Millsap, yeah, you know them people, yeah, that they have the name isn't right,
Right.
but they're known for what they do.
Okay.
Strikes fear
Toby
into the hearts
was
of
known
people.
for nanking people in the back in Halo.
So, question, yeah. When you were out, like at school, hey, Millsap.
Yeah, what's called Emmanuel called you Millsap,
Jesus,
didn't it?
man.
No, because
Man used to call
obviously,
me that.
I'm not gonna lie. Our group was like me, Toby, Emmanuel.
Who
else?
Collins.
Collins. There was a few of us, and because our group was like close, was
So there's a boss man, Millsap. Oh my
no.
god.
The only person,
gosh.
the only people that called me boss man was Eva on Facebook. That was it.
Yeah, it wasn't many people.
Okay.
But everyone knows as MBT.
He was Tariba for a long time.
Tariba.
He was just Tariba.
Yeah, people used to just call me by my last name.
I hear
Even
that.
till this day, they still do.
Tariba, yeah.
I feel like it's because I do that with, I do that with my friends from school who had the same first name, and that was the way that I distinguished them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Was that why they were calling
No.
you Tariba?
No, I don't,
Who else has
had
Tariba?
Or Michael.
No, like
There was a
Michael, I'm
few-
saying if someone was called Michael,
No.
they
There
would
There
call
was like
Tariba.
two Michaels in your year.
Yeah, there was only two Michaels.
so then there's
But
no
even
reason.
people outside of secondary school used to call me Tariba.
Yeah, I hear it. No,
It was
even-
nice as well.
I really like it. Like I would really like if someone just said, "Hey, Okechi, what's going on?"
I hear that.
Let's
But,
have it.
but the thing is, that's what they do. That's
The way you don't know what to do.
no, just in case you do this. That picture will never get old.
Son, one summer
I
night in
didn't.
Hackney. Amazing.
Trust me,
It's a
and she's
great
wearing
night.
shorts and vans like
Shorts
this.
and shades like this.
Son. Anyway, let's get to the
Right, man.
episode.
Yes, please.
Oh, gosh.
Okay, guys, before we get into the thick of it, what are you doing promoting San Pellegrino, bro?
It's not that. I heard you start and I was like, what the heck? What did you say? You said, get to like it.
Wipe the sleep out your eye. Okay.
Oh,
First and
Lord.
foremost.
You have just come
I was
back from
gonna
work.
do it off air,
You've
but
had
you
that
can
the whole
hold that
day.
gunk.
That one was
Yeah.
done, bro.
The whole day.
Yeah, man.
Lord have mercy.
Why has it developed like soap? In general.
At what point did you sleep today in the office?
Do you know, it's not even that. Because when you're looking so much at the screen and then every single moment you're doing this,
It just generates.
it just,
It builds
after
up.
every blink,
The build up, child.
Like a
yeah,
worm just
snowball
goes like
effect.
Get that one, yep.
Snowball effect.
All right,
Lord
guys.
have
So
mercy.
let's get into the episode as
make sure I go
MBT
ready.
suggested. Before we get into the crux of things, just wanted to say a massive congratulations to our babe Chanel. aka
Yes!
Books, Caffeine, and Podcast, aka I can't remember what her new handle is.
She a
right now.
wife now?
She
Yeah,
a
she a
wife.
whole missus.
She's a missus. A fiance.
Fiance.
A fiance.
Yeah, she's a
Fiance. wife to be.
Shout out to you, man.
Yeah, shout out to you and congratulations to
Congrats.
you and yours. Okay.
I can sing at the wedding.
What are you going to sing?
What would you sing at a wedding if someone asked you to sing?
My chérie, amor.
Turn around in his silk shirt.
And you know that thing that they have here that they put that sharp
ruffle
thing.
face.
Oh God, Prince.
With a blue suit, and it comes out the sides. Ma chérie amor.
Great.
Oh,
okay, cool. Let's get into, you know you love it, guys. It's time for Tables Trainers.
Trainers tables.
Fabulous. So today, succinct. Today's episode, the title is visible to you already. We are going to be talking about things that have changed.
Yeah, man, life changing.
Yup. Word to my guy. We are going through changes. I wasn't talking about Tupac, but I appreciate it. I was actually talking about, I think, Elton John or Ozzy Osbourne. We're going through changes. You don't know the song?
That cannot be Ozzy Osbourne.
You should have.
It is Ozzy Osbourne, but he's not the original singer.
That
Ozzy Osbourne did that.
That bat eater.
Wait.
Ozzy
You guys don't remember the song?
Have you watched the
Ozzy
reality
Osbourne.
show?
I couldn't get into it.
Man. That was amazing.
Sharon!
No, he definitely
Are they still
did
together?
the song.
They're from. Oh, you know, let me not condemn them.
Wow, it is actually by
Tupac.
who originally? You heard it.
Black Sabbath.
Black Sabbath.
Ooh, wah! I told you.
Wait, Ozzy Osbourne was in Black Sabbath?
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
that was his gang.
Okay, so then he sang it. We're going through changes. But he did a cover again in 2012 with his daughter Kelly Osbourne. That's the song I was
And
singing.
that was your question. Did you have an emo phase?
I didn't have an emo phase.
But she had her things don't go on the why.
No, wait. Is that Eminem? No, man. Well, I did have an Eminem
You
phase.
had black mascara or hair blade.
I think
I never-
Eminem is basically an emo face for hip hop fans.
I definitely had an Eminem phase. That was quite recently, actually, to be fair. That was Tumblr times.
Lord have
I
mercy.
didn't have an emo phase aesthetically, but I did listen to Paramore non-stop. But I feel like every black person listens to Paramore at some point in their lives.
No.
That's because
you had Chinese
man-
cat whiskers, innit? All the way out here.
I did listen to Linkin Park for a bit.
No, that's not the same.
No, that's mad.
No.
Because
I need
Amazing.
the black people to rise up in the comments and stand up with me as Team Paramore because
Did
real
you
ones
listen
know
to
what's going on.
Slipknot?
No,
Might
I
as
did
well.
not
If you listen to Paramore, you listen to Slipknot.
You actually thought I
You
had
were on
Kerrang! On demand.
Kerrang was that one that you just type it through and it always.
I listened to Paramore
burst your
and I
eardrum.
listened to Panic at the Disco. We all had our time. Thank
Lord
you.
have mercy. I don't know about that, man. I don't know about we all.
This girl had like 5 lines.
Hey, I need my people to rise up
Yeah.
and defend me.
People
because
rise up with us, please.
everyone knows about
You feel
Paramore. I was
yourselves.
actually thinking about Hayley Williams, the
you're
lead
cats.
of Paramore this morning. I was saying wherever she is, I hope she's blessed. God knows that's what I said this morning.
Yeah, man. I'm
just
pretty
enjoy
sure
it so much.
every single one of your parents prayed for you.
Yeah.
There's a reason
really
why you're
did.
not listening to that
They
anymore.
really- I
100%.
listened to Paramore this morning.
Yep. Okay. So they're still praying.
Moving
Clearly.
They're still working on her. Okay, guys. So we're talking about things that have changed across the board. We'll expand more as we get into the episode, but our Tables Trainers is inspired by the topic, and we are talking about trainers that have changed our way, or shoes. They've changed our way of thinking to some degree, and we're all going to explain with the trainers and shoes that we've got here what they've done, what they changed, etc., etc. So. To the right of us, we have, this is the New Balance 990 V3. Thank you. Because I knew it wasn't 5. I know that. V3 in the amethyst colorway. This is MBT's pair. You may have seen Tobi's pair before. It's a bit more haggard.
Battered! You fixed it?
Yes.
Oh, nice.
And did you bring the color back?
Back to life.
It's a singing episode. I see that now. Wait, pause for a second, yeah? That changes song. You guys don't know.
No.
What, the one that
We're
you still
going through
She went back. She's like, wait, I can't believe this.
Yeah, I need my real ones to
I
stand
don't know
up for
that
me.
song.
You've never heard We're Going Through
No.
Changes? We'll play it on the way home.
What I
That's-
remember is Ozzy
that
Osbourne
is-
biting the bat head.
That is the reason why you was still on Habbo Hotel. Anyway, let me talk about these trainers. These are, I keep saying it with every trainer, one of my favorite trainers.
Okay, so we know this is one of MBT's favorite pairs. What did this change for you in terms of the way you look at crepes?
Well, there's 2 sides to this.
Yes.
One is New Balances itself, this is when I really entered the soft life.
Soft life.
Wearing trainers that are comfortable and trainers that were actually my size and trainers that wouldn't create corns. So now I can wear these trainers for days upon days. Like if someone similar to me was that guy from Wolverine that woman touched his leg and told him you're going to be walking for days, I would be able to walk.
That was such a mad scene.
Great. Did you see where they found him?
What?
5,000 miles later.
The military found him.
That was pure evil.
40 years.
Yeah, his foot is red raw.
Yeah,
Shoes burnt.
He's on the bone. He's walking on bone.
Yes, to the white meat. Actually, to the white meat.
On that. But yeah, this trainer is the trainer that got me into New Balance. Got me into wearing trainers that are obviously good
More
for my feet.
comfortable,
Yeah, more comfortable.
Nice.
And then this trainer, this one was definitely out of my comfort zone because you know I don't buy trainers like this. Like this,
The colorway.
yeah, like it's purple.
Here.
Like why am I wearing a purple shoe? But there was just something about the colorway that just made sense. And when I bought it, I then realized I could actually wear this with everything.
Yeah, I hear that.
It's so mad. I was even speaking to Michael from the stockroom.
Shout out Stockroom.
And we were both talking about the trainer. And I was like, this is actually an everyday trainer. It's not better than Jones though.
No,
I told him it's not better than Jones.
Yeah, don't get that wrong.
But
the ones
it's a
that you
great
own, the
colour.
green one.
Of course, the one I own.
Great. All right. To the left of us, we have the Nike and Sacai LD Waffle in the color Daybreak Blue. Now,
Yeah.
this is obviously my pair. And the reason why I have put this pair on the table today is because I feel like this shoe, again, two things for me.
Yeah.
I think this was the beginning of me like really getting excited about collecting trainers. I've always owned trainers and I never really, if I liked it, I bought it. It wasn't like, I'm so excited, I want to collect them all,
Yeah.
It wasn't that. But this was definitely like one of the first trainers that I won from Offspring, shout out Offspring, and Dover Street as well.
Yeah.
And like,
That
it just
was crazy
excited
times.
me. Yeah, it just excited me like, raw, okay, what about it? I like this. I like this game. I can play this game. So that was the first thing. But what it changed for me was like what I look for in a trainer.
Yeah.
This shoe is genuinely, it's still top 5 for me. It's so comfortable, but it's also like really fun. The colors are mad. And if you had told me that I was going to wear a trainer that had these colors like this, I would have said, you're joking me, mate.
Yeah.
But from the moment I saw this trainer, I knew I was onto a good one. With Praise God, I still got it in my life. Yeah. So that's what it did for me. I think it just changed the way that I looked at trainers and what I looked for in trainers.
The trainer's cold.
It's so
It's still to this day.
good.
But mine's the best one.
No, it's not.
What, the
Mine is-
vapor waffle?
Yeah, no.
No, the green, the
green
Daybreak
ones.
green.
Yeah, mine are still the best
To
ones.
me, and I really do love that pair, and I do hear it.
Mine are the
But
best ones.
this is me.
Shall I tell you the reason why I sided with Michael?
Yeah.
That Brazil picture
Yeah.
stays in my head.
Yeah.
That shoe was beautiful.
That shoe's great.
I'll put the picture up here. Mine.
That shoe's great.
Yeah, I do hear that. I hear it, and I think green is just such a good base for any shoe in general.
Yeah, for sure.
But
I hear it though.
yeah,
hear it.
that's my.
It's
baby.
a great trainer.
They've ruined it with every other one though. Ruined it.
Yeah, Sacai and Nike.
Absolutely ruined it.
And it's what Nike do a lot of the time. When they do find a great silhouette, they are going to try and make the most out of it.
Yeah.
But with this one, I feel like they should have left it with the first 2 releases, which was this one and the green one, and then the black one and the
Grey,
the grey
and then
one.
the palm,
And then they should
the
have stopped
green
there.
and pink.
And then brought out the LD waffle.
I've
Vapor
got,
waffle.
I'm on
Vapor
two
waffle.
sides of that argument in terms of Nike, because I feel like they just constantly get it wrong when it comes to collabs.
goodness.
I feel like they either do too much or they do too little.
I hear it.
And then they move on to something else where it's like you haven't even let this one fester. It's like, why have you moved on to something else already? They've done it with the Vapor Max.
You think they did too much?
They did too little and they just disappeared and they moved on to another style of the Vapor Max. You remember when they changed the fly knit?
Is
Yeah.
the Vapor Max the one I had?
Yeah, you remember the original Vapor Max? Then they
The
changed
bubbles.
it. Yeah, they changed it to another style of knit and they just ruined it. I
You're
feel
right.
like, for example, with the Union collabs, the Union Jordan 1s, amazing shoe. Didn't do enough of it. Moved on to another silhouette. They said they're bringing it back. Have you seen the crap they've done?
I didn't see it.
It's got that chain stitch. You know, like when have you seen the Jean Paul Gaultier Vapor Maxes, Vapor Waffles. Sorry. So you tell it's got that little cross stitching thing inside.
Yeah.
Are you talking about the Union?
Yeah. So
Yeah,
you've done that for the Union Jordan 1s now.
Yeah.
And I'm just thinking like you could have just done the original silhouette, which everyone loves, which wasn't ruined. You didn't do too much of it.
A different colorway.
Just bring out another colorway.
A cold colorway. That would have made it a series of 3. That would have been so cold.
Do you think that Nike is doing too much for Travis Scott? Because they brought out a few.
But they're going to end the series now.
Is this the last one?
That's the last one.
Yeah.
Oh, it's the last one.
You shouldn't have said that because now it's going to increase the chance of getting it down to 2.2 minus 2.2
Yeah, it's
billion.
It's
Oh, so I definitely have to have it.
Yes, everyone does.
Have you won a pair of...
Never.
Travis.
No, never.
No,
No,
Never,
none
not
of
in
us
my
have.
life. No.
No, but the thing is, the sad thing is, I jumped on the Travis bandwagon
Too late.
very late. Like
I
the
tried
brown,
for every single pair, I can't lie.
You rap off every one.
Every single colorway.
and the thing is, I had the opportunity to buy the brown pair for a good price. And I let it go, man.
resale.
Yeah.
8 bills. I think it was.
Seven.
7 or 8, yeah.
Was it 7?
It was about
About
7,
7, and I let it go, man.
Yeah,
That was a mistake.
That was
Big
a big
mistake.
mistake.
That was
It
a
is what it
mistake.
is, man.
I was going to say something about the Travis Scotts, but we'll move on because we're not dumb and table trainers. So, on the pedestal today... Ooh.
Yeah.
This is the Mason Margiela Tabby loafer. Is it a loafer? I guess so.
Yeah.
This is the loafer. Does it have like a special name?
Oh, it's called the babouche.
It's called the babouche.
Yeah.
The babouche. So for those who are listening, I'm sorry I didn't do my usual disclaimer. If you're listening, it will do you well to come on down to YouTube Town, where you can see these trainers and shoes in a word.
In a real life.
Right. But if you're not here, I'm about to describe what we have on the pedestal 2D.
Yeah.
So this is the babouche. It's the tabby. I want you to close your eyes. If you cannot see currently, close them and imagine a tabby, Mason Margiela, camel toe, open, and it's a loafer with a very thin bottom, but it's also got the heel is collapsible. So you can fold it over and wear it
Pass me the
like
shoe.
a silver.
Pass me the shoe.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, so Toby, explain to everyone why
Yes,
you
please.
put
Right.
this on
So
here.
the reason why I put this shoe is because I got fed up of not following through with my ideas. I'm the
hear
kind of
that.
person that likes to buy random stuff.
You like to experiment.
I like to experiment, and I always talk myself out of it. For
Right.
many years, I've always done it. I did it with the McQueens when they first dropped.
Yep.
I've done it with Balenciagas before. I've done it with a bunch of shoes.
Yeah.
And I've wanted tabbies for about 2 years now.
You have
2 years. And I've had chance to get them, but every time I get to check out, I'm like, nah, forget it. It's not going to work. This ain't for me. And this year, and it's very unfortunate because that guy from Love Island was wearing it on the After Love show when you only got kicked out. I can't remember the black guy's name.
Oh, his name Martin.
Martin
Martin,
wore the
okay,
show.
the Irish one.
Yeah,
But he wore the heel version.
He wore the heel version. Yeah, but I mean,
Did it look good?
No, it looked wide. It looked very wide for some reason.
It looked like I'm not gonna lie. The foot looked like a giraffe leg.
But it was refreshing to see.
Yeah,
When I
it
saw
was.
that, I
Yeah,
was
it
like,
was.
okay, cool. This is nice. But
You
I
tried
had
to
just
pull them off.
I just bought them a few weeks before that, and I ended up returning them
Yeah.
because I talked myself out of it. And I was like, no, I'm going to buy it back because I genuinely do enjoy this shoe. And I feel like one thing I've come to understand is that with fashion, at least 70 to 80% of it is confidence.
100,000
It's got-
million trillion billion
It's got
percent.
nothing to do with what you're wearing. It's got nothing to do with all of that. It's about just having the confidence to put something on and say, you know what, I'm wearing this because I like it.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what I'm doing with these now. People might look at me and say, oh, you're mad. Like, why would you wear that shoe? But I'm cool with wearing it.
And it's
You know what I mean?
definitely an interesting tabby to go with because obviously this is not as far
The
as the
boot
style
or-
goes. It's not
yeah.
the boot.
Or the
It's
loafer.
not the
proper
loafer.
yeah.
It's not like the classic
derby,
style.
it's not
This is
nothing.
like something different. I'm not mad at them. When you first got them, I think you had FaceTime me and you were like, what do you
I
think?
FaceTime everyone.
And I was like, I don't think I'm mad at them. I think I endorse this.
Yeah.
And I endorse them. Since I've
Yeah.
seen you out in them, like there hasn't been a time where you've worn it and I'm like,
Yeah.
So I personally, I really like it. And we went out earlier this week and you were wearing it with the Issy bottoms and the Issy track. I thought that was fire.
Thank you.
It's like,
Yeah.
it's a nice, I appreciate a tabby. I could own a tabby.
I think you could too.
I
not
could.
gonna lie.
I
really feel like you could. It'll be cold.
Even right now, as I was thinking
You're
about it, I was
looking
like, I could own a
Wait,
pair.
look,
But I wouldn't
and-
own this pair. I'll
No,
own
not this one.
The actual shoe pair.
Yeah, yeah.
low
So
shoe pair.
I've wanted the loafer for a long time. It's just
Yeah.
that the price is astronomical. It's like $9 starting price retail.
The price
Yeah.
is unkind.
Yeah, the price is not nice.
Yeah.
The
But I
price
feel
is
like you
unkind.
could
Yeah.
do a boot with a slightly straight leg trouser and your crop bomber.
She could.
I can do a boot.
Stunning.
Thanks.
But you said boots are not your thing.
They're not really. And the thing is, I've got a wide foot, baby, stand up. And I feel like with heeled boots, yeah, everything is sleek and sexy. Then you get to the foot and it goes like that. So, you know, I'm shy. But I'll try one on one day, maybe. We'll see. So what exactly did it change for you then?
It gave me the confidence to go for my ideas.
Go with your gut.
Yeah.
So if I see something and I'm like, I want to try this out and do it, and I don't care what anyone thinks.
Yeah.
That's the point that I am with my fashion now. I'm not about trying to basically look at something and say, oh, people are going to think I look weird in this.
Yeah.
Or maybe this is a bit too much. I mean, I always go back to the Alexander McQueen oversized shoe. When that came out, a few months before that came out, it was on Circle Fashion. And I ordered it before Christmas.
Yeah.
And this was just when the ASAP Rocky and ASAP Nas picture came out where Nas was wearing it. And I had them and I tried them on. I wore it in the house, took a picture of it, and I was like, this is not going to catch on. It's not going to be good. This looks a bit too crazy.
Yeah.
So I returned it. A few months later, it blew.
Yeah.
I was just like, yo.
The thing is, it didn't even blow that quick. It took a while for it because people are still wearing it.
To land,
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know why. But, it took a while to land. And when it did, that was it.
I've still got mine. You reckon I should sell them? I really don't want to let go
You ain't
of
going to get
them.
nothing for
But
them.
but
Would you wear them again?
She won't wear them again.
Exactly.
She won't.
You won't wear them again.
She won't. You're going to wear your combats.
Which brings us to the end of
Trainers tables.
I can't lie. Triple S right now would be scary with combats.
It would be
very scary.
Scary good.
No.
Casey still got
Scary
her triple
rats.
S's.
Unless you got, actually, no, it might work.
No,
with
mine
these
will be
parachute
fine. But
trousers.
with my combats, my combats are they'll swallow the whole thing anyway.
Yeah, I think if it doesn't swallow it, you're in a scary position.
But ask her, is she ever going to wear them? Because she keeps saying that she's going to bring them back.
You're
She doesn't
on
bring
me,
them
bear.
back.
So-
You're on me, bear.
Why are you in my business?
So much. Did you see when we were on Carnaby Street? I don't know if you saw it. The guy that was in front of us.
And he was wearing triple S's.
Did you kick me on purpose?
No.
Okay. It wasn't the triple S's. It was like the Defenders. You know the big ones that Kanye was
Oh,
wearing.
the white ones.
They're like that.
It was Princess that pointed it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the guy was bouncing.
He was
crazy,
just rocking
man.
back and forth.
People are insane.
Rock a bad baby.
Anyway, guys, every single week we come with the latest news about what's popping in music, fashion, sneakers, and what's popping in the culture. So, the first thing on the list, which I am... Actually, I don't know how I feel about this, but Nigo and Nike are about to release a collaboration. We don't know what the collaboration entails. We just got a picture which showed Nigo and obviously Nike. Now, what do you think Nigo is going to do with Nike? And also, do you think this is going to take over from where Virgil left off with Nike? Or do you think this is going to be the next phase?
I don't think it's going to be the next phase of what Virgil did with Nike. I can see a very obvious route that he can go to and finally do what he did with Bapes for a very long time on Air Forces. But that seems too easy.
Too easy. It's childish.
So what is left is I could just see some sort of Yohji Yamamoto type of style of new shoe that he's going to bring out. Like, for example, because you know that they just brought those undefeated mocks. Those really, really... Remember the shoe I showed you in End Clothing? That has a really weird scoop in it? Yeah. So I think they just brought that back out. You know what they do when they bring out a shoe like that with a brand? They're preparing it. They're trying to set their base and be like, this is the shoe that we're going to start on. I think he's going to do something with that. Which scares me.
Me personally, it just came to my mind now, and I'm asking myself, are they trying to catch on to the buzz for the fact that Pharrell's now gone to Louis Vuitton, and they know him and Nigo are close, so they're now doing something with him?
Maybe, but Nigo's still at Kenzo, right?
Yeah, he
So, I mean, maybe they're just trying to bring on someone new. Maybe it's just his time, I guess. But I'm even thinking about another shirt they just brought out, which is that he could probably do. And I can see him doing this.
What's
that 3-in-1 blazer. I can see Nigo doing something with that too. I know it's going to be ugly, but Nike's bringing out complete rubbish. And unless you're going to do something obvious, it's going to be those outlandish weird shoes.
I think he will either do a Cortez.
The 3-in-1.
Boy.
Because he ain't going to do a normal one.
I could even see him doing a Cortez. That's it. I can't see him doing anything else.
So, Nigo was seen recently wearing the Fly Ease trainers, the Nike
Lord.
Fly Ease ones. You know the ones that you slip your foot in?
Yeah, that was marketed for disabled people. It was. The Flies.
Yeah,
Originally,
okay.
yeah.
Yep. I can't see anything being done with that shoe, but there was a lot of talk when that shoe was released that considering that it was made for people that like want more accessibility or have accessibility issues, that came and went and no one actually got access to it.
Yeah.
So could I see that being brought back as a win-win? Maybe. But I don't know. In terms of what I can see from Nigo, I think it would end up being one of those random like ugly pairs.
Yeah.
Because I can't.
Especially with human made on it, I can't.
Yeah, I can't.
Gonna go and put human made all over
Do you get it?
It's like when Pharrell did the NMDs, right?
That's what I'm
expecting.
expecting.
Like, it's gonna be a bunch of random pictures on the shoe. It's not gonna look nice.
I think it's weird. I want to understand, yeah. The reason why I'm like stammering is because I'm really trying to think this through in my mind.
Yeah.
I look at Nike, and Nike are so legendary, and it makes me wonder: have they
Fallen from grace?
Like, have they reached a point where they can't do anything that will excite us or impress us? Because if this was 2018, a year after the 10, would we not be excited that Nigo is going to Nike?
We would be stupidly excited. I think
back in 2018.
I wouldn't have. The reason why is that Nigo back in 2010, did you say 2018 or 2010?
2018.
2018 wasn't really popping like that.
No, he wasn't.
Virgil was popping.
That's fine.
Nigo's always been that guy even when it came to him and Pharrell, even though Nigo was out there in regards to fashion, I always felt like he was in the shadow of Pharrell. So I never. Yeah. What's that? I never ever saw him as someone that I looked towards. Fashion. But I knew he was the guy in fashion. But when it comes to a release or anything, I'm not like, oh, Nigo did it, I want it. Even when he did the collaboration with
Kenzo.
not even Kenzo, because he's the creative director of Kenzo. But when he did the collaboration with Louis Vuitton, and they did the human made.
The human made shoes.
Put ducks on. He was buying that.
That collaboration was fantastic.
Clothing wise and accessories, the shoes were terrible.
The trainers
was great.
The shoes were the
trainers
were terrible.
No, not the trainers.
Yeah, the trainers were terrible.
The t-shirts were fine. They were nice, and the bag, they were fine.
All that clothing was perfect.
But shoes, terrible. So I'm like, what else are you gonna do? I don't see him as someone that's gonna disrupt or create any hype. If he does with Nike, then I will shut my mouth.
And do you think as well, that Nigo is too old for the current market in terms of the excitement that he will bring? The reason why I say that is because if we think about like who Nigo is and when he was most legendary and like in our faces, is obviously Bape times, which is 2010, 2011, maybe that's when he left. That was 12 years ago. And while he's done Human Made, of course, Human Made never went like
big.
Yeah, it was just like something that was known among, if you know, you know. Yeah. And it's just one of those. So as far as like the hype that he would garner, I don't know if this generation of consumers and people who are 18, 19, 20, they were born in 2000, like Bape was not their business at that time.
Yeah, he's your target market.
So this is where I disagree, because of me walking into Urban Outfitters and seeing Ed Hardy back in the shop.
Yeah.
It's around that time.
It's because we're in a Y2K stage.
We're in a Y2K stage, and Bape is a Y2K brand for me personally.
But the thing is, though, if we're using Ed Hardy as an example, you don't care about who's the creative whoever for Ed Hardy. Of course
not. No, of course not.
So in the same way, like a consumer might see the aesthetic of Bape, but not necessarily care for who Nigo is and what Nigo will now do for Nike as a result.
But I'm more thinking of, will it sell? Because if he does something along those lines,
the product might sell.
The product might sell.
Really care about the.
But no one cares about who did it. It's just about it might sell.
Could you imagine if Nike sued Bape only so that they could use the designs for themselves?
I would be surprised.
Come there and do it.
I will not be surprised.
I can't imagine Nigo going backwards to come and do Bape designs that he was doing back in 2009 into 2022.
On Air Forces.
Yeah, the integrity is in the bin if he does that.
Yeah, that's crazy. It's a bit nuts.
Like I would even question it. Anyway, next thing on the list is Paris. So I don't know if you've noticed, but there's been some riots in Paris.
Yeah.
And they went to go and break down the door of LVMH.
No.
But it wasn't because of LVMH. I think there's just protesting. Protesting, and then they just came
Wait, when you say the door, do you mean the head office?
The head office in Paris.
The head office.
Did they break? What did they do?
Bombarded it.
As you know, France every 3 to 5
man.
business days, riots every time.
Yeah, man.
But one thing that I love about France is they're actually on smoke.
Yeah,
like,
man.
If they don't like something, they're gonna riot.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm very here for. The
That
reason why
President
they
Macron
were
needs to get out, man. He needs
not
to do something.
Macron.
Do you know? No, I think he allows freedom of speech.
No, he's been there for too long. They want him gone.
How long has he been the prime?
I feel like since 1998.
He's been there for a while though. I've seen his face bare.
They don't love doing elections, do they?
He doesn't love doing elections.
Macron.
Man,
Let me find out.
what's it called? Abolished. What's it called?
Not abolished.
That's a first world country. That's also a
So
dictatorship.
he assumed office in 2017.
Oh, so
Feels
it's not
like
that
it's
long.
been years, man. I can't lie.
6 years.
That's 6 years. That's
Yeah,
2
but
terms.
that's the term that PMs do.
Is it?
The PM
it?
does two. Yeah, he does 2 terms.
No, they don't.
No, you're thinking of US, and
US.
it's 2 terms,
Yeah.
but
If
one
If you
term
get
is
voted
4
in.
years,
Yeah,
right?
and if you get voted in again after
Yeah.
the first term.
He's been there for a
lad.
minute. I don't know. Maybe they voted him in.
Man said, "Yeah, no, taking me out."
Man changed the laws and said early macaroon. can
Anyway,
be there.
Early macaron.
Anyway, it's not about that. The reason why the French are rioting on this particular occasion is because they have. I don't know if the law's been passed, but it's definitely gone to the next stage to be passed of the retirement age changing from 62 to
That's
64.
what it was. Yeah.
So because they said, what?
I don't like that.
2 years?
You mad?
Let's hit the streets. And that's what they did.
Do you know what? Yeah. Do you know what? I get why people will be pissed. Yeah. But I was actually thinking about this today. Yeah. It's so mad how there is a generation, and there's still a consistent generation where you're okay with working until you retire. Do you know how many people, and I was just thinking about this on the train. Do you know how many people after they retire, they just become like respectfully dead? Like mentally and everything. Like because you're not doing anything. You're not active. Your body just goes to waste. But anyway, whatever.
To waste.
To bamba.
So just going back to the LVMH stuff. So obviously we found out that the chairman of LVMH has now been announced as the world's richest man.
Yeah, blood.
Is that Arnold?
And so
man.
and so
That
as a
rich
result,
man.
the French said, we're going to you, because their whole thing is that they're protesting for a number of reasons. The retirement age is one, but also for like pension, like the pension isn't enough and all that stuff. So obviously they're going to you're the richest man in the world. Come
Do
Pay for all of us.
yeah, put your money where your mouth is.
Nah, that's
So that's what they stormed to do.
Such a dumb. What the heck?
It's not.
I don't have any arguments for that, man.
So wait. So the PM has so the government has pushed through a law to push back the retirement age. Me, that's none the wiser.
Yeah.
I'm doing my business on my own, but because I've become the richest man in the world,
but the riches come at a cost. He's got to be able to get to that point. He's had to get the backing of the government in some sort of way or some sort of how, whether it be taxes that he hasn't had to pay, whether it be lobbying some sort of thing to be able to get what he wants to get in. You do not amass 200 billion plus worth of wealth without getting some sort of backing by the government. But it's not possible.
But the thing, of course,
you have your hands in this. So if you have your hands in it, give me what you owe me.
I hear that as well, but his kind of business is do you know what? Yeah,
you'll be surprised whether it be him trying to get his products from whatever country into this country. You know how much taxes and delivery charges they'll have to pay to do that. They'll just delete that and be like, bring your stuff in. It's cool. Even
outside of all of that stuff, for the simple fact, in the same way that like Buckingham Palace brings tourism, LVMH has they're hand in hand with the country themselves.
Yeah.
So it is even a thing where it's like if someone as big as LVMH is affected by the strikes or the riots, then they can call to action. They can send a call to action to the government on the rioters' behalf. Do you see what I'm saying?
I hear that. Yeah, because they've got that power.
If you attack someone that's influential, they will want something to be done about it. I hear it. Right on, mate.
Another thing.
I stand with the people.
Another thing about influential people. Well, not really that influential. King Charles. Yeah.
What about him?
I was gonna say.
Did you think about how the stamps and the notes have to now change?
I didn't think about that, man.
So I was thinking about the notes. I'm sad to see Lizzie go.
Yeah, no, I'm sad to see Lizzie go as well. But the thing is, we were talking about it today at work, and we was like, how much is gonna cost
to change that?
To change all of that, because you have to change the template of it, and then you now need to print out new cash. Yeah. And then obviously you know how they normally do it. It will phase out the whole thing. You're gonna spend all that money, which is gonna cost millions, billions. Did you not know there's an economic crisis? Is that a priority right now?
What's the reason? They don't care, man. They're about to print
Is
that
that
money. Run that
a
shit.
priority right
Do you
now?
see what he said? He said that most of the civil service places like police stations and fire stations, you can pay. I can't remember how much exactly it is, but you can pay to get a picture of him to put it in your station. They have to pay. Which taxpayers? They obviously it's taxpayers that pay for this, so we will have to pay. If a fire station came around and said, "Yeah, we would love King Charles's picture in front of our thing," I think it's a couple grand.
That'll be $11.99.
We pay.
You know
we
what?
pay for them to put that picture in that station.
I'm not gonna lie. If the word that was gonna come out of my mouth came out of my mouth, I'm telling you, you know how AI has been working
We
these
need
days.
a treason button.
No. Do you know what they'll do? You just see the whole armed forces come up the stairs.
You think, what do you mean? Just think the shots.
No. I don't think I understand. You don't know the word.
Say
I'll
them all,
say
say
the word
them all.
after.
Yeah.
Anyway.
It's the word that I don't like in it.
Yeah.
I thought so.
Treason,
Okay,
treason,
next
treason.
thing on the list. As you can see, we're in the podcast studio today, which means we're not in Coachella.
Oh, Lord,
So,
mercy.
Coachella's going on right now as we're speaking.
It's
If you got a
concluded,
spare
actually.
50k, then I'll go next year.
It's concluded.
It's concluded.
How long
Oh,
was
no.
that? 2 days.
No.
That was 2 days.
It's been about
2 days.
All I heard about was Frank Ocean. That was it.
Yeah, it's been about
2 days.
3 days. Yeah, 3 days.
Was it-
But they do it in like
10 bags for 2 days.
they do it in weeks. So you'll have like week 1 and week 2.
Oh, okay.
So first week's
So-
done. Or what?
It's done. Everything done.
Sitting
Done.
Sitting in your tent with acid.
So yes, I'll give you an update. There are 3 days, as you know. On the first day, we had Bad Bunny headlining. We had Gorillaz, Burna Boy, Chemical Brothers, Kate Trinada, Metro Boomin.
Okay, I saw the
Pusha T.
Burna Boy thing.
Yeah, so Burna Boys looked alright. Kate Trinada's looked good. Metro
Kate
Boomin.
Tremaine.
Kate Tremaine.
Kate Tremaine. What was
firstly-
Kate Tremaine?
Why is Pusha T in the lineup, please?
I don't know, man.
So he
Man's
just say,
bags on
yuck.
boxes.
Do you know what? Do you know what? Wait. Do you know?
Like cocaine.
Do you know, because I used to follow him,
Brown bag.
I deleted him from my Instagram
Who,
2 days
Pusha
ago.
T?
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
There was one time he was like, I don't know if he said the cocaine something. I was like,
Yuck,
nigga,
yuck,
Brother,
yuck,
you're
yuck.
46,
you have
my
a
guy.
wife and
And
a
a
kid.
son.
You do not sell crack no more. Stop
Brother.
living in the past.
This guy sent a dime bag to someone's house and now he became a drug dealer.
Oh,
Fam.
man.
That's all he
I know
did.
his brother's saying, brother, please.
Come on, please.
That guy,
brother.
You
his
ain't
bro-
in that church.
His brother's praying for
Right.
him.
Yeah, man.
You gotta grab him by his
Go
neck,
to the
man.
confessional. God,
him in.
lining your bars.
Telling
He
you.
used to be like Shine, man, and just go into politics. Do something
Oh
else, man.
God, man.
Shine's Jewish now, isn't it?
Yeah, I think he's been Jewish for a long time since he came out. of
Shine's
prison.
Jewish. That's why he has the thing on the
Jewish.
side.
Jewish.
Jewish.
Is he Jewish?
I swear he's Jewish. That's why he had the thing on the side of his head. Did
The
you know that?
locks.
What's his name again? Sorry,
Shine.
Shine.
I swear he's Jewish.
I'm not too sure.
That's why he had the thing on the side of his head. If that is,
All right, let's not keep saying
Let's not do
this is
that.
not right.
Treason.
he's not Jewish. He's not Jewish, is he?
46 minutes.
I swear.
In prison with rabbis, he became a practicing Jew. Yeah,
Thank you.
keeping kosher.
Damn!
Jewish
Good
Sabbath
job,
and
good
Jewish
job.
holidays.
Goodness sake, man. I'm
Was
not
that
trying to get
after he
done.
was deported.
That was when he went
That's
to
when he was
prison.
in prison.
He became interested in Judaism.
Yeah,
Became
in
observant. Okay.
Yeah.
I
He
tell you,
changed
that's
his
why he had the
name to
thing.
Moses Michael Levi Barrow. Fair enough.
Dang.
Cool.
Then he
I'm
moved-
still calling you Shine.
Now he's a politician.
So after he moved to Belize,
Yeah.
deported. He moved to Jerusalem,
How?
where he spent his time studying the Torah up to 12 hours a day.
Wow.
Mad.
Fair enough. Shout out to him. It's
Yeah,
always
man.
good to turn your life around. Pusha T, you should do the same.
Please.
What were we even just saying? Coachella.
The lineup.
Yeah.
So Metro Boomin brought on, if I can remember off the top of my
21
head,
Savage.
21 Savage, P.
Wow.
Diddy, The Weeknd,
Wow. 21 Savage.
and somebody else I can't remember. But I
Why-
just remember shouting that I was jealous.
Firstly, why are people still bringing out Diddy?
I think Diddy pays to come out.
No, but
Yes.
I mean, he's paying Bono 5k a day.
100%.
Bono Sting.
I said Bono. You're so tough.
For God's sake, man.
I said Bono.
They are the same.
Oh,
Racist.
Tobi, you're racist.
So what's up?
Racist.
I said Bono.
The other artists were Future, Don Toliver, and John Legend.
Yeah, we could have done without Diddy and John Legend.
So shout out them, man. Yeah, so that was one of the first days, and then let me give you. I'm not gonna give the smaller artists on this
Yeah.
occasion, or the smaller you know what I mean. Second day, we had Blackpink was headlining that one. They are a Korean band, I believe. K-pop, sorry. And Rosalia, Kid Laroi, Labyrinth. Hey. Seriously? I appreciate his rebrand though.
Yeah, has he rebranded?
He's a writer.
He's a songwriter, and you never watched Euphoria. You didn't watch Euphoria either.
Euphoria, yeah.
So he was the lead. He managed all the music for that stuff, and he just became big off the back of that. Shout at him, he's back. The third day, which is the most significant day, para mí, Frank Ocean headlined.
Did he sing?
He will come back to that in a second. Bjork, Caliucci's, a boogie.
Oh Lord, have mercy.
Dominic Fike.
What?
A couple other people. Glorilla, Willow.
How can you say it was the biggest day? Which was the worst day?
You guys spent 400 bags to go and see A Boogie.
So let's talk. Let's talk about.
You spent 5 bags to hear Frank Ocean put a tape into his stereo and go like this.
So you saw it?
Yes.
So we did.
Rubbish.
No.
Tobi.
I had to watch reviews because I was perturbed that I wasn't there. Tobi, right? It was a really perverse experience for me. Yeah. So basically, a couple things had happened here. Okay, he came up over an hour late. If you guys went to Coachella, I know a couple of people that listen to this actually did go. So
get your refund.
Shout in anytime. He came apparently over an hour late.
Wow.
Halfway through his set, he did a 10-minute, a DJ came on. They did a 10-minute rave.
Whoa.
Frank Ocean is not on the stage. Frank Ocean was not on the stage at any point. He was the way that they had done the set, it was you couldn't see him on stage at all, and it doesn't matter how close you were, you had to look at the screen, and even then you were seeing everybody that was on the stage, so the security guard, the DJ, you were seeing them
more than him.
Yeah, you couldn't see him.
Wow.
He only performed 6 of his original songs, and then the others were covers, but there were points where he was performing nights. That one I watched. He didn't have the mic to his mouth, never, not once.
Days.
The song was just playing in the back, and he wasn't even doing sing along. It was just mic's here, help me out. So anyway, everyone really hated it, and a lot of people left halfway through his set.
Someone should go and steal his electric bike.
The set only ended up being 30 minutes actually, because he hit curfew, and then that was it.
What the heck?
Disappointing stuff, man.
And they paid him.
Of course.
You have to.
Of course.
I know his brother's died. So his brother died a few years ago, and he hasn't performed since then. But not to say anything about anything. I'm trying to be respectful here. But Frank Ocean as a performer, generally, he's a bit hit and miss. The times I've seen him, he was amazing.
Yeah.
But since that point, started to get a bit shaky. Obviously just does not like being in the public eye as much anymore, and that's fine.
Guys, don't book this guy. Man.
But come on, bro, you can't be headlining Coachella. First time you performed for 6 years, and you're being higgy. It's weird, man.
Do you know what? I don't like when artists think they can do that. You actually just come to get a check. I hate it, man.
And you proper got a job.
Yeah.
If you didn't want to do it, just say that you didn't want to do it.
Yeah.
Because we've spent bags to
100% to come and see, and people have actually come just to see you.
Yeah.
That's the thing for me. I think above all, I understand you're hurting them. I understand you're doing this and going through stuff. But
you got a job.
You got a job. You're being paid for this. Give a performance or just don't bother coming.
That's it.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
Right. So, next thing on the list, and I'm excited to talk about this.
Go on.
So, John Wick 4. So we went to go and watch John Wick 4. We all have mixed emotions about this. Right now it's 2-1.
But before we give our in-depth review, can we all just give it out of 10 on 3?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
1, 2, 3,
7.
4.
5.5. What did you say?
4.
How are you giving it a 4 when you
That's
gave it a
harsh,
6
man.
or a 7 before?
I'll watch it again.
Oh, you watched it again? She said, that ain't right, no.
So I've taken my time.
I haven't watched it again.
I've taken my time.
You don't want to.
I will.
Let me tell you.
That's their scene alone. Wait, spoiler alert.
Look,
No, but you had more than enough time to watch it.
More than enough. That film's been out for 5 years.
10 years, in fact. That's their scene.
That's their scene. I was like, give me a break.
That's their scene.
Give me a break.
Was so stupid and a waste of my time.
I'm not gonna lie. Kane, the way he uses that sword, this,
stick. Oh yeah,
it's so mad.
So the reason why I've given it a 4.
No, ask her what was her first score, because I don't accept the second.
I believe my first score was about 6.5.
All right then.
And I've dropped it to 4 because after watching it again, There was some like his name is Kane.
Yeah.
My God.
Yeah, I can't lie.
As a character,
Why?
so bad.
Why you
It
there?
was just corny.
So bad, so corny. Even like I know his fighting style, obviously because he's blind.
They
he
made
can't
him
be super
undefeatable.
Slick. But
They
like,
made him
are you an
undefeatable.
idiot? Like
Come on.
seriously, there's no way that you're gonna be blind. But I understand when you lose one sense, all the rest are
Heightened
heightened.
senses,
Is that how you can defeat every other assassin in the world?
But the style that he's using right there,
Is
if
what?
you've watched Crouching
Crouching
Tiger,
Tiger. He's gonna say
is
this.
the drunken monkey.
Yes, yes, I'm aware. I also used to play a game called
elite stuff.
Dead or Alive. Real one.
It's the drunken monkey.
I understand that, but I feel like
Even the drunken monkey can be defeated at some point. someone's gonna whack you, knock you out. Like, come on, someone.
immediately somebody's
one wild
do it.
hand. Like,
You
come
can't
on.
tell me that like that was an acceptable character because it just wasn't.
And where it completely ruined it for me was when him and John Wick had a fight in that room in the hotel. Where it was him and John fighting
In Osaka.
Yeah, in the glass, and there was that glass room. I'm like,
Yeah.
come on, bro. You telling me there's no way that John could just kicked him in his head and that would just been it?
Since
Do you know
Like,
what? yeah?
come on.
Where,
Be for real.
Where the film went downhill for me, and I'm not gonna lie, I will show you exactly what happened. We were watching it, and then he was sitting in the corner and he was eating a sandwich.
Oh yeah,
Yeah?
before the fight scene started.
Yeah, and I went in my head. I said this.
Oh, Kane, you mean when he
Yeah,
was
yeah, yeah.
he was like eating soup
Yeah,
or
he was
something?
eating,
Yeah,
he was eating noodles.
And
And
the
do you know
guy
what I
was
said?
like,
Do you
"You
know what I
gotta
said?
come out help or
Yeah,
something
do you know
like
what I said in my head? This shit corny.
Yeah.
man.
He's super corny. Number one. Number two, and I haven't seen anyone talking about it yet. The French guy.
Oh,
That
the
accent was appalling.
the
Which
big
French
guy.
guy? The big
The
guy
French
that
guy,
was
the main
big
one.
guy
with the
before
gold.
Kennedy.
Yeah, the Marquise, the top guy,
him.
the French one.
Oh yeah.
His
Do you know-
accent was
You know
bad.
he's the guy from It.
He's the clown.
You guys do not have to refer. I'm never watching that film again in my life.
Which one?
John Wick 4.
Why?
Because you guys have just unlocked something that I didn't want to unlock. Why the heck would you even tell me that? And why did you look at me with such a face like that? Look at his face.
I'm terrified.
Why?
Are you afraid of clowns?
I'm afraid of that clown.
Yeah, that clown.
Why
is
would you
scary.
unlock that for me?
That
He's
clown-
Pennywise.
Yeah, he's Pennywise. Yeah.
That's Pennywise right
That's
there.
Pennywise.
That's
That's why
Pennywise.
he's-
I
You
could
can see in his eyes,
I could
though.
never watch John Wick 4 again. Ever. That's good. It's finished. That's
Yeah.
a 2 now.
I hear it.
God,
I hear it.
God.
I hear it.
I'm never watching that again in my
But yeah,
life.
his accent was appalling. Hey, I like to.
But
I like it like that.
Right, let me ask you a question. Even though it was crap, what was your favorite scene?
Okay, I'd also like to rectify I don't think it was a 4. I think it was a 5. 4 is a bit harsh, but 5 is the max. I'm not going any higher. My favorite scene. My favorite scene was when John Wick was fighting the really
big guy
Yeah, in the
with gold
club.
teeth in the club.
Yeah,
That whole
the
scene
one
was
that
sick.
club.
That was great.
Yeah, man.
That was a really,
I took
really
the
good
guy's
scene.
teeth. I don't even know how that big guy could fight like that though. That was crazy.
He was
I was shocked.
agile.
He was
I was
Yeah,
shocked.
he was
I
agile.
was shocked.
He was
I really
bad.
liked it, and the way that he died, mwah, chef
Yeah,
kiss
man,
all the way
that's
down them
perfect.
steps, head
Yeah.
crack.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But do you know
brilliant.
what?
Lost the teeth for that point
It's
too.
all gone.
100%. Do you know what? But I realized it, yeah. What I said to myself, because I was actually, now that I'm thinking about it, I was analyzing this film very, very well.
Yeah.
The reason why is because the guy's a boss. So for you
Yeah,
to get
so
to
you
that
get
point,
that-
you have to
defeat
be able
everyone.
to fight people.
And you got to remember, he was the one that killed the leader of
Uncle
John-
Piotr.
Yeah.
So you must be
Yeah, it's
some
mad.
sort of...
Yeah, I mean, I'm happy with. Yeah, he's great, but like, okay, another thing that really pissed
Oh,
me
when he
off.
joined his group again.
No, that's fine. The black guy, bro.
Oh, when he died.
As a character in general,
No,
his
the black guy,
presence,
the dog.
man.
his complete presence. So this is what I feel like. The reason why. Okay, let me just give up.
Oh, which
review
one? You mean
and
the
I
black
can
guy
go.
that died
The
in the
tracker.
beginning?
No,
the
the
tracker.
tracker.
Yeah, he
Tracker.
was shit, man.
So the reason why this film like
Excuse
just
my
really
language.
pissed me off, yeah, is because number one, the main villain, who is the French guy, was not even enough of a villain for me. When the film started and he got rid of the Continental, I'm thinking, okay, we're on smoke.
Yeah.
And then he did nothing else but
No.
appoint Kane to go and do his bidding.
No.
And he didn't even appoint him at first.
No.
They were going back and forth about prices.
No. You know what? Yeah, I disagree.
Sorry.
When he stabbed that guy's hand,
Yeah,
the tracker's hand,
that
and
was
the
nice.
guy had to move his hand. Oh,
That was
my
nice.
goodness.
Okay, no, sorry. Best scene was actually when they were fighting on the roundabout.
On the roundabout.
Where the
Oh, when he's driving.
where the Arc de Triomphe was, and all the cars were coming on the roundabout.
When John Wick is driving.
Yeah,
and the cars are hitting him.
And they're all going around the Arc.
When they're in Paris.
You know when he's trying to get to the church.
Yeah.
And there's one scene where he's at the roundabout. It's like it goes by levels. Like he starts off the street, fights a bunch of people, then he gets to the next level. And one of the levels is when he's at the Arc de Triomphe, going around the roundabout, and he's fighting people. That
to
me was the best part of the whole movie.
That
was amazing.
That was sick. For them to be able to do that was sick.
That was nuts.
I think the thing for me, like I was saying, that I didn't like is that I felt like there were certain parts of John Wick 4 that just really confused me. It wasn't necessary. That black guy as a character wasn't necessary.
He wasn't needed.
So what, you mean to tell me that because John Wick allowed the dog to live once, all of a sudden you just stopped tracking him for 20 million? I thought you had a goal. Come on. Stop it. I know what you're trying to do, but you're actually pissing me off.
You want to make money or not?
All right, say no more.
Nah.
His presence was ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like in the grand scheme of the plot, if they took him out, I wouldn't have noticed.
Fair.
He had nothing to do with anything.
I think the whole dog relationship was a nod to John and his dog.
I get the tie-in, but I'm even saying just like the tracker as a character in general. In the beginning, all he did was save his life.
Yeah.
Then he's following him and telling him where he was going. And that's it. What are you doing here?
It was a very useless role. But do you know what?
Stupid.
Now I'm thinking about it. Yeah, John Wick should have died in
number three.
Number three.
Because in both ones, people have helped him to survive.
Come on, man. But I don't mind people helping because to me it keeps everything human.
No,
like, John Wick is not invincible.
Is the what's it called? What do they call him? Baba Yaga.
Yeah.
He's the Baba Yaga.
He's the Baba Yaga.
He's the Baba Yaga.
Yes, and I don't mind if he's the good man, but I don't mind that people helped him. I don't mind that. I actually like it when he's like struggling to get up and stuff. It lets me know like you're a real person. But even not trigger warning, spoiler alert, when he died at the end.
Yeah, man.
Even that, I was like,
out of all the ways to die. Damn times you've been shot.
Yeah, and that's the thing.
And even where you got shot, like you're all right. Like what's going on? You could have
I think you got shot in the pancreas.
No, but wait, your blazer's bulletproof, but your shirt can't be bulletproof.
Nah, man, that's why he took it off because you have to do pistols with honor.
Yeah, but you telling me you can't get a bulletproof shirt, man.
Ballistic shirt.
Why are we acting like this thing is not possible?
It's true.
I don't know.
Think it just
you know what?
It was a terrible way to end
a lot of plot holes. Did you watch the post-credit scene?
I don't know. I didn't know. But I heard it's going to be turned into a series, though.
So to those who didn't stay or didn't watch it, the post-credit scene is basically the Kane finally is going up to meet his daughter. You know, she's playing the violin in the street. So he's there. He's got his flowers. He's so excited. He's walking up to her, and then the daughter of the owner of the Osaka Continental. She is obviously aggrieved. And she's walking up to him. She brings a knife out. That's where it ends. So there's no conclusion there. But what it probably says is
because he killed her dad, didn't
Millsap.
She said
you know what I mean? Shanking about, make you relax. Get it.
She played Halo back then.
But the thing is, knowing Kane, that girl's gonna die. Anyway, next thing on the list is Snowfall.
Yeah.
Oh my
Real
goodness.
bad boy show.
Real plot twist.
Okay, so by the time this episode comes out,
all of you should have watched
the finale will be out.
That's true, yeah.
So by the time that this goes out on Sunday, finale would have been happened. I'm very excited.
Spoiler alert, it's gonna be a madness. So
let's do predictions for the finale. But first, let's talk about where we're at right now.
But first, before we continue, go and watch it.
Yeah.
And then come back to us, please.
I'm not gonna lie.
We can't help you.
We're at episode 9, by the way.
I am not gonna lie. Damson Idris, from where he's come to where he is right now, he is one of the most elitist actors. From the wedding scene to what was that? That was my mouth. Did you hear that?
I heard it was in your mouth.
Yeah, there was a bubble in there.
You know the little wooden fish music,
mate.
With your mouth.
Yeah,
bubble.
man. Yeah, man.
Hey,
I got serious. You're not serious. He should have been in Coachella.
Or is that D-double-E?
No, he was African. Flair D did that.
No, he did
No, that's D-double. Flair D.
But that's not what you did, mate.
There was another guy too that was actually really good.
Was
it L-Man?
Shank in your back, make you relax.
Man.
From the wedding scene to the interrogation with Teddy, this guy,
he's come a long way.
He has come a long way, but I did not expect that stupid bitch to shoot Teddy.
Right.
Can I just say that there's one scene that people don't agree with that I think is one of the best scenes of this whole show. And that was when he was going crazy after he had the drugs
when he had the
wedding,
acid trip.
and did the bodies.
Bodies.
People
Like
don't
it.
think that was good. And
Are you kidding me?
I look at them and think you guys are actually out of your mind.
I've never heard anyone say anything bad about
Trust
that
me,
scene.
I've seen people talk about it and said that was probably the worst acid they've seen in their life.
No.
I'm saying, do you know how amazing that whole
was really
episode
good.
was?
What? Let me ask you a question. The Teddy interrogation, or the body scene, which one's the best?
When you say the Teddy interrogation scene, we're talking about the one that just went.
Yes.
Of course, that one was better than the wedding. Sorry, there's no way.
No, that wedding scene was
No
cold.
way.
The
No
wedding scene was
chance.
cold.
No
I
how.
felt like the wedding scene for
The
me
wedding
is what
scene-
took it up for me.
I'm not gonna
Yeah.
lie. The wedding scene,
Well, maybe
I
what made me
was
look
so
like-
invested. I was actually scared
Yeah,
for him.
yeah.
But the interrogation scene made me realize it put everything together.
It took him to another level again.
So for me, I feel like the wedding scene definitely. I think you're right. Like there was a very clear elevation between what we had been watching,
Yeah.
and where we were at that
Yeah,
point.
yeah.
But that interrogation scene, throughout this whole season as well, to be fair, Damson Idris has done a very good job of like letting us know that Franklin is actually the devil.
Yeah,
Like-
for real.
Like
And he
he's
admitted
really
he
on
was,
demon
yeah.
time. Yeah. So even when
Damn.
Jerome died, God rest his soul,
He didn't get-
and he was at the funeral, and he was like, the only reason why I saved your life is because I need a favor and I
Yeah.
need Teddy.
But do you know
And
what?
that was like,
No, but do you know what? Yeah, I sympathize with the character as well.
Yeah.
Because
Who, Franklin?
yeah,
Right.
The reason and the thing is, yeah, even when he said that, when she was like, "Oh, you're the devil," and he was like, "I know," I was like, I was the angel on the side, and I was like, "No, you're not, boy." The reason why I'm saying this
Right.
is because this guy. We need to also understand how many people he's put in the positions that they're in.
Yeah.
And for you to be able, and we all know this, when you're trying to like get to the next level and stuff like this, you have to become a different person.
100%. I could look. You're trying to justify why
I've
he's where he's
justified
at.
it.
But I'm not looking for a justification. I can already acknowledge that what
There's
he
a
did
reason
made him.
why he's
Yeah,
there,
yeah. I
yeah.
can acknowledge that part. But seeing it in that scene,
Yeah.
right down to boiling the oil, he had
that was
no
crazy.
emotion in his face.
That was crazy,
And
man.
the only way that he stopped was when he started saying, "You know, you ruined my life, right?"
And he went to go boil more.
Whoa!
How come
He
one
said, "We're
guy
gonna
told
run
me
that back
that they
again."
put the plantain oil on his chest?
Oh no,
Oh man,
that was mad. And
was
Teddy never
crazy.
folded. That whole scene to me was insane.
Teddy did fold.
He didn't fold.
He didn't
He was
fold. He
about to.
negotiated.
He was about to.
What do you
And
think
then that
negotiating
sissy
means?
bitch
Negotiating is you
man.
folding.
but for the fact that he was still able to have some sort of leverage in that moment,
Yeah.
I can't take that as an L.
At the end of the day, he still folded next to that.
He
I feel
did
like
fold,
Franklin's
fucking
gonna turn
sissy
to
bitch.
crack cocaine
I don't think so.
because he can't get the money. The money's stuck.
Okay, so here we go. Predictions for the finale. What
The
do you think
money's
is going to
stuck.
happen?
He can't get the money.
So, for me,
And then we need to move on. We've been chatting
yeah,
there.
for me, I think he is going to run away. Him and his wife.
I have no choice at this point. Yeah, the police, the CIA, and whatever the other the
DEA.
group is, DEA, yeah, will probably pin everything on his mum because that's what he could probably
Yeah.
do now.
Mm-hmm.
She killed Teddy. He could just say she was the one running it, and he could disappear.
Yeah,
that's
she
it.
has nothing to
He's
live
got
for
a good
anymore.
out there. I don't think he's gonna try to go for his money because there's nothing that he could do anymore.
He can't.
He hasn't got the code, so there's no way they're gonna
You know,
transfer that money.
he's got the code. He doesn't have the secret password.
Yeah, so that's it. It's pissed. He's
So you
pissed.
don't have it.
It's
yeah.
over.
You don't have access.
So ultimately, yeah, all he can do is run. Basically, he's on a run from now on.
But do you know what? Yeah,
But there's people from Teddy's side that want him now.
that one, Franklin.
Yeah, Teddy's wife.
Oh, got you.
Not
got
his
you.
actual wife, that crazy
There,
lady.
yeah, the Palestinian baby.
She
Yeah.
ain't gonna do shit.
Yes, she
there for
can.
money.
I feel like
there
she
for
can.
money.
Shit, man.
And
do
then
you
the
know-
guy that Teddy was working with as well.
But
the-
he was trying to leave him in the dirt anyway.
I know.
So
But let me give you guys a plot twist.
What?
Because I spoke to you about it already.
I think so.
The plot twist was, how do you know that when Teddy was going to call that person, he was going to, when he tells them that code, that the money just vanishes.
Like, imagine if that was a code to say, like, by the way, I'm in trouble.
So
You have to come.
Yeah.
Interesting.
We don't have too much time to talk about it, but I guess my predictions would be, I think that the wife is going to leave him.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I think Veronique
For sure.
is going to go now that she knows that there's no money involved. I think she's
Yeah.
going to be like her mum and just
Bounce.
disappear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Franklin is going to
become a
be.
crackhead.
Turn to crack cocaine.
I don't think he's going to turn to crack, but I don't know what he's going to do. I think it's probably going to be like a bit of a loop back to like how Franklin was in season 1. I don't know how they're gonna do it.
Yeah.
I don't know what they're gonna do.
What's his boy's name?
Leon. He's going back to Ghana.
Leon's going back to Ghana.
Mum
Did
clapped
it
all the
confirm
dad,
that he's
please.
going?
I feel like he'll go back to Ghana.
That's my prediction.
Yeah, I think he'll go back to
Yeah,
Ghana.
he's going back to Ghana with Wanda.
I'm not gonna.
Sissy's in Pen.
I'm not gonna lie. The relationship that Leon has for Franklin,
Yeah, that love there.
Yeah, he loves him, man.
So he might help him. It might be Franklin and Leon that might go back to Ghana, and she might stay because remember they're going to do a spin-off for her, so she doesn't go back to Ghana.
Wanda's gonna go back to Ghana.
I don't think she will because the spin-off show is her based in the community.
She's gonna stay because Cece gave her that place.
Oh yeah, Sissy.
Yeah, so she'll probably stay. Leon will go back to Ghana and probably take
Leon
Franklin
won't
with
leave
him.
her. That's his wife. They're married.
I feel Leon will leave her.
Leanna leave her.
Leon's down with the place.
But the thing is, something else that do you know is long for Franklin because Franklin's burnt so many bridges that he is.
And he owes Leon $2 million.
And his family's pretty much dead.
No, I think he does owe Leon $2 million.
It's over.
But I think Leon will just write off.
Of course he will.
He has to. He's broke.
Yeah, man.
Can you imagine? Sorry about the 72. Run me mine.
Wait. Franklin has all these properties.
That he'll have to liquidate, yes, but he can't afford to pay them anymore.
You sell your buildings. You at least get at least 500k.
500k from 72 M's. Let's move on. I think we should probably go into the main topic.
Yeah, let's go.
What was this question that you had?
Oh yeah, let me ask you a question. So, what was it again?
Do you remember?
Yes, no, I do remember. So, who was the best? What was it? No, it was regarding like rap groups. Who was the best?
Oh, so out of all of the label groups,
Thank you.
that exist,
Now I can continue. With all the label groups that exist, yeah, we're talking about Cash Money, all of that. Who was the best
Of all time?
in the last 10 years.
in the
last 10 years. Cash Money.
Okay, he answered.
Cash Money, Young Money.
Cash Money or Young Money?
Character 2, remove the 1.
It's Cash
Young Money.
It's Cash Money.
Because Nicki Minaj was under Young Money, right?
And Young Money's under Cash
Yeah.
Money.
Yes, but I wanted to get specific because you know Cash Money's got all them man.
Cash Money owns everyone.
Little twist.
Yeah, but it's got like them man.
Yeah, Lloyd. Hey.
That is actually such a great logo as well, you know.
Cash Money,
Yeah. it's such a great logo.
YMCMB.
not bad at all.
After the main topic.
I like that. too.
Let's go to the main topic. But can I just say that this is back in stock. The general purpose trainers is on Offspring.
Every
What size do they have?
Everyone except for mine actually.
Scroll down.
Oh no, only women's.
Yeah,
2.5 to 6.5. I can run a 6.5.
Fold my foot.
No,
A leg
why would you
is
even get? I thought you said
6.5.
it's painful. Look at it,
It's
man. So
worse.
yellow shoes, like yeah.
It's the worst shoe ever.
Anyway,
A leg is
let's get to the main
6.5.
topic.
Yes, please. Anyway, we're going through changes. Life over the last 5 to 10 years, so much has been happening in such a short space
Last
of time.
2 years.
Bro, truly. Across the board, across all of the various topics that we like to talk about on a daily basis, but across life in general. So we're going to talk about some of the changes that we've seen in the scenes that we care about and that we talk about here. And just go through them.
Yeah.
So, to start with, the infamous AI.
Yeah, man.
AI has obviously taken over in ways that we probably couldn't have imagined in the last, I want to say even the last year, the last 12 months, AI has really become something. But we're not going to do an AI episode today. We're just going to focus, right, specifically about AI in music. Because over the last couple of months, we've definitely seen between OpenAI, ChatGPT, part of AI has been a new technology that has allowed people to manipulate certain songs and make it sound like a different artist. So we've seen Drake, quote unquote, cover Ice Spice songs. We've seen
Kanye covered Drake.
Kanye covered Drake, Travis covered Drake, Lil Uzi Vert covered Gunna, and so on and so forth.
Yeah.
You can literally do anything, and it's so hard to even tell what is real and what isn't.
It's true.
So much so, actually, Drake's new song "Search and Rescue" that came out, the leak dropped like maybe 3 or 4 days before it came out, because he, unless I'm making it up, he played that song on
OVO radio.
OVO radio, I think, or Sirius 40, whatever, one of them, yeah. And people were like, nah, it's not real, it's AI. It sounds too AI, it sounds too robotic. That doesn't sound like Drake. It's AI, it's AI. And it was only when Drake confirmed that the song's coming out on Friday that we were like, oh, okay, it's real.
Mad.
So this is where we're at. This is where we're at right now. Like, this is the climate that we're in. What do you guys think about AI in music specifically?
I don't like it.
I like it.
Go on.
I like it. I think for me personally, it's basically reminding me of the LimeWire and BearShare days, where you can find a song and it's not the song, but it's still good. You get what I mean? I'm okay with it. Like, for me, it's not bringing money to my pocket or taking money from my pocket.
Right.
You know, I'm paying for this service, so give me multiple versions. I mean, sometimes you listen to a song and you be like, you know what? Yeah, I think it might be better if this person actually sang it. And now you can actually hear that person singing it.
Right.
Why do you want to complain now? I'm cool with it.
You know what? Yeah, in this life, yeah, I think as more and more things are created, it's so important for us to keep things that need to be simple. And when it comes to this AI and music thing, because when you sent it to me and you was like, oh, da did this, yeah, I was like, that's cool. It's cool, but I don't want to know. Yeah. I don't want to know. I don't want to hear it. I feel like when we now start doing, Gunna on a Michael Jackson track or Chris Brown on a Lil Wayne track, it's one of those ones where we're just making things complex. Like, let music be the art it needs to be. Facts. Like, we don't need to hear AI doing all of these things. Like, we're just making things more than it's supposed to be.
Wouldn't it just be a remix, though?
No, I don't want remixes because...
But remixes have always been around.
Do you know what, yeah? Remixes have always been around.
Touch It remix is better than the original.
But this is what I'm going to say. It is, sometimes it is better than original, but I want it to be organic. Yeah. When you're using AI removes the organic and authentic feeling of music. Yep. Like, for example... Imagine Gunna and Young Thug, yeah? They go into the studio and they make a cracking song because they were just high and just chilling there.
Not cracking
song. And then now we're now saying, okay, track. You know what? Because we can't even bother because Young Thug's in jail and Gunna's gone into hiding, let's just put them on AI. And
but they've done that for many, many years. They've had Aaliyah on tracks since after she died.
But I think it's a bit different, man.
It's not the only reason why it's a bit different is because it's new.
No, so but from my understanding, when we're talking about posthumous, is that how you pronounce the word?
Yeah, I think so.
Posthumous tracks. I'll find out.
Or posthumous.
That doesn't sound right.
Posthumous?
Not hummus at all. Anyway, preposterous songs. When artists bring out songs that come out after they've died, am I right in thinking that those songs have already been recorded by that artist and that their voices haven't been manipulated?
They may have taken a short clip from another song, or they've basically sung those lyrics already.
So they've manipulated what already exists.
Yeah,
they haven't created something else. That's the difference. I feel like when we're talking about AI and music, as far as it relates to like taking one song and putting an artist that wasn't there before on it and manipulating voices, it reminds me of the holograms in concerts, and I'm not here for those either. I think they're ridiculous. I think they're absolutely ridiculous.
What about autotune?
What about
manipulates
voices? That already exists.
But that's the thing, because it's new.
No, but auto-tune.
What about the piano with the tune in the mouth?
But the thing is, auto-tune is a type of music.
Sound alterer. Yeah.
You're talking about AI creating someone else who is alive or wherever it may be, and creating a song. Auto-tune is an art. AI is robotics.
But when auto-tune first came out, everyone was totally against it. It's exactly the same thing for me personally. I think it's just new technology.
How?
Because it's new technology just been brought out that no one agrees with just yet.
But I think there's something to be said about like auto-tune is, you said it's an art, it's a style. It's a style of something that already exists.
But so it became a style.
No, it is a style.
It didn't come out as a style. It came out as an additional piece of software which you can have on your
to make your voice sound better. Yeah. But it's still your voice. Like,
be careful imagine for what you wish for this AI.
Yeah, like
I'm not saying that I'm wishing for anything. I'm just saying that I don't think it's as bad as you guys are making it out to be.
No, it's not a case of, look, I never said it was the most criminal thing in the world or anything like that. But I definitely think, as far as you've got someone's voice and you say, this would sound better if Gunna sang it, let me put a Gunna whatever voice onto this track. I feel like that is messing with the integrity of the art, and I feel like that means we're
no different to the animals.
No, shut up, man. And let me also say one thing. Yeah, what is the point of doing that when if an artist actually wanted to, like, why are you forcing?
Like, nigga, I'm right here. Don't force me to make a song.
For example, if Jacquees wanted to do a cover for another song,
which
he would do it,
and he does.
So stop forcing this thing of, okay, let's get Kanye West on a Drake tune. If Kanye West really wanted to do this Drake tune, he would have done it.
So you guys are sticking by the idea of just because you can doesn't mean you should do it.
100%.
I stand by that in everything in my life. Just because you can doesn't mean you should.
1,000%.
Okay.
Just because crack is in the corner does not mean I must smoke that crack. What the heck?
Right.
Why would you even want to smoke the crack because in the corner
Mate,
anyway?
you don't know. There's a pack there. You're gonna smoke it?
I'm
No.
not gonna lie. I was around some class A drugs, not me personally. I was around some class A drugs the other day, yeah, and I was definitely looking. Yeah, the other day, and I was looking at everybody around me, and I was like, "Raw, you man actually do this
This
now."
is a real thing.
Just because I could
doesn't mean I should.
Very true.
100%.
All right, then you stand by it.
Right.
Crazy experience.
Even going back, because obviously there's another bit in regards to copyright and IP when it comes to all of this now.
Yeah, 100%. That's going to be a complete effery. There's nothing you can do about that one.
So you, Toby, you are somebody who is obviously excited by the idea of AI in music.
Yeah.
What do you think? Because I feel like where we're at,
Yeah.
I feel like we're at a point where we're like, nah. And the reason why I feel that way, which will bring me on to my question to you, is that I feel like music and art in a number of ways, there are certain things that you need a human touch for a reason.
Yeah.
And AI is obviously created by what already exists. So I feel like as far as the limitations there and getting that personal touch, I don't feel like you can ever really get that from AI. So I'm asking you, what do you think AI could bring to music? Like, what do you see
Benefits
for AI in music? Yeah.
I think for some reason, I feel like it can probably take music to an avenue that probably will take a couple of years to get to. Like
what?
The fact that AI you can type something into chat. Chat
GPT.
I'm gonna completely shabalize this one.
Shabalize.
Jashibishi. It's a good type something into it, yeah, and it comes out within a few seconds. And this is stuff which takes hours on end for a human to even think of. Like, I'm not saying that it's a good thing, because obviously I don't want the robots to rise up and then that's it. But if I'm honest, it's one of those ones where if it's going to improve your life and it's going to improve the quality of life too by making things quicker, then I'm all for it. You know what I mean? It might. Who knows? It might be the fact that a song might take months for artists to make, and this will reduce that time to a few months for them to be able to get out their contract. You know, all these UK artists are complaining about getting out their contracts because they have to release music. You could now do it within a month. Go and do it. Help yourself.
The thing is, I totally get that. In a situation like that, I get what you're saying, but this is where I feel like going back to what Kesi said in regards to that human touch, like, we need to also understand how powerful it is for a person, a human being, for example, like yourself, to write a song.
Yeah.
Because
and how much work that goes behind it.
it's not even the work. The emotion that goes behind writing songs, that is what you see an artist bring out.
Until you see them do it with chat she,
but no,
and then they put the emotion in there as well.
That it's not the same.
It's
For
not the
example, imagine Beyonce, yeah? Imagine Beyonce writes her songs, yeah? And she writes her songs, you know there's a specific type of emotion that she's going to bring out in the song because that song is personal to her. When John Legend writes a song, he writes a song because it's that personal to himself. When Gunna writes a song, he's gone through what he's gone through.
Yeah.
Now, yes, I understand there's shadow writers and all that type of stuff. But when you've got a machine writing a song, and for example, it's like me doing this, yeah? Okay, I type in
Write me a song about Jibby G.
and then I print it out and I say, okay, nigga, read it.
To be fair, as you guys are saying this, that's probably where
It's
AI
gonna go.
would be
I can see that.
made useful, which is a shame. But even as you brought up songwriters, that is even another thing. Songwriters aren't necessarily, not songwriters themselves, but like the art of someone using a songwriter isn't necessarily respected in the industry. What AI will now do to that is I feel like the same way that people see, don't rate that person, they're not singing their own raps, they're not writing their own raps. That's how I feel about AI.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's my take.
And I think what's gonna happen, because like you said, we shouldn't. It's not that I'm shunning this. I'm not shunning AI. I feel like a lot certain people have said is that when you give this thing too much gas and fuel, it's going to go over and beyond. And how I see it now, yeah, is that in the music industry, it might not work for people like Usher, Gunna, all these people that are going on right now. There's always going to be a new wave of artists that come through. Obviously, you can see the younger generation of artists, they've come through, and you see a lot of their raps, they're not really that, but obviously it's popular right now. There's going to be a new wave. that new wave might start using AI to create songs and do all this. It's going to have its buzz. It's going to be popular. Does it mean the music is going to last? Does it mean the music is going to be...
Yeah, but the thing is, ultimately, I feel like what I get from what you guys are saying is that take away the human touch from a lot of music in itself, is a problem in itself. And don't get me wrong, I'm not disagreeing with you, but I'm at the point where I'm just like, where they've taken AI right now and where it could potentially go, it's not going anywhere. Mm-hmm. You can't get rid of it. As much as you argue, as much as you protest, as much as you say this, as much as you come up with things that you say that, oh yeah, it hasn't got the emotion, they'll add emotion to it. And they'll get to a point. Kesi just said, people listened to that Drake snippet and they didn't believe it was Drake. They thought it was AI already, even though it was Drake. So the lines are already blurred.
Yeah,
so
but the thing is, people like it though.
It's not, people are going, when a song comes out, people will like it. The thing is, it's one of those ones where, because it's new, it's like, there's always going to be, what about this? What about that? Can it do this? Can it do that? And all it's going to take is one person to find out how to make that happen. And that eradicates your whole argument. Yeah. We're at a point here where it's like, okay, cool, it's here, it's scary, it's annoying, but you've got to embrace it in some sort of way.
But the thing is, I think the statements that me and Kesi are saying is not that we don't embrace it, and it's not that we don't think it's going to do what it needs to do. It's one of those ones where it's like, you like this, I don't like this. That's all it is. It's not saying that of course, I can't stop AI. You can't stop AI. AI is going to do what it's going to do. You saw what happened in Terminator. It's going to do what it's going to do. But do I like it? Do I like what it's going to do to the industry? Do I like what it's going to do to the scene? No. Personally, I don't.
And I agree. It will do...
Yeah.
Go on.
It will do what it's always going to do what it's going to do.
Yeah.
It's going to create writers. There's going to be AI writers and all these... There's nothing I can do. But am I going to... there might be songs that we could... that in the... What's it called? In the... What's the thing when you see the details of the song?
Credits.
The credits. Yeah, it might say, oh, this AI. Yeah, it might say that. And I might like the song. But do I like what it's going to do to the industry? No. There's certain things that happen in certain industries that you don't like.
Yeah, 100%. Happening. Yeah.
And this is one of those things that I wouldn't personally want it to happen to the industry, because you're removing such an important aspect of it and replacing it with something that isn't, human.
I think something about AI that worries me, not just in music, but in general, is like where we blur the line between like automation and like laziness and losing that personal touch. And there are definitely situations where ChatGPT has shown itself, and AI in general has shown itself to be really, really useful. And I think it would be really nice in the grand scheme of things in general, but if we're talking about music specifically, where we can use AI as a support system rather than like a replacement for something. So AI should not be replacing writers. AI should not replace songwriting. AI should not be someone's voice. I don't rock with that. But is there a way to make AI efficient? Maybe. Like the example that you gave around like speeding up certain processes. I feel like there will be a benefit that will come in some way, shape or form. But I think with the way that it's being currently being manipulated right now, I don't really like. And obviously there's this ongoing thing about copyright and IP issues with AI and like what that looks like. Anyway, we're not talking about that today. And if you want an AI episode, let us know and we'll try and make that happen for you. But
we might get ChatGPT she here.
Here, right now to share his thoughts with us today. Another thing that I want to talk about in regards to music, but I'm just a bit conscious of time, is TikTok. Yeah. TikTok is completely changing the way that we take in music, consume music, the way we judge music, like the way artists make music. So I feel like that's another thing that I don't know if I fully rock with it. I know that like in time and as generations go, like the music gets worse and we miss the good old days. I hear that.
Everyone's going to say that.
But I feel like this particular point that we're in, I feel like the music that we take in, we only like it based on like the vibe that it's related to.
Show me your jiggle, let me see.
You get it. If there's a dance with it, it's up. If it's like a vibey song for the purpose of TikTok, is lit. I love Ice Spice. I am part of the Spice cabinet. I do love her. She's a babe.
Is that
and you are one of the reasons
why. The people's Spice cabinet.
Yeah,
I like that, man.
You're one of the reasons why.
I'm the cardamom.
I can get behind it, yeah? Yeah, do you get it? I can be one of the hot chili peppers.
I'm the cardamom of the cinnamon.
But the music is not good.
No, but you're
The quality of the music is not there, and it's not just Ice Spice. It's the standard. It's the standard that has been created by TikTok. I just love her. She's good vibes, and so I'll always rock with it. I always rock with anyone that's giving me a good time.
This is one of the reasons why.
Yes, I agree. I'm part of the problem, but.
How can you argue against him and be part of the problem?
Understand.
I acknowledge my place.
Let me say my opinion on this whole thing right now, yeah. Because you know I do not stand for a lot of the music that's going on right now. Right now, yeah, music is just not the same anymore.
Right.
I've been saying this for a very long time.
You have.
And especially with the new wave of music, it is fast music where everyone just jumps on the bandwagon of what is trending right now. And I know, yes, with music back in the day, there was some sort of trend, but this one is crazy.
Yeah.
Like, if someone's doing a dance, everyone's doing a dance for a song. A very, very good example, yeah, and I hope everyone like understands what I'm saying. So obviously Russ, the artist,
UK artist.
Yeah, the UK artist.
On a beat.
You know, he is like the pioneer of whatever type of music that is. I won't call it drill because it's not drill music. I always like a subsection of drill.
Yeah.
And then everyone is now doing that type of music. T Wayne, that wasn't. But I understand as artists, you need to adapt. But I feel like the way music is just going right now, I just don't like it. The TikTok and the TikTok itself has made me hate a lot of songs.
Yeah, I hear that. It's a tricky one because Tion Wayne, Ross, them man that were doing like dancing drill, jiggy drill, getting jiggy with it drill.
Not jiggy with it.
I feel like that was a trend in itself, and trends exist, so I can't get too mad at like what they did for the culture, to the culture, whatever.
Gan lean and that.
I just feel like the idea of like any song that comes with a dance put on a platform that is like encourages dance routines.
All their knees are broken.
You get it. I feel like going back to what I was saying about how I feel like TikTok is changing music is on the artist side, I feel like a lot of artists feel like they need to create music that will trend, trend, jiggy with it, that can, you know, be accompanied by a dance, or you have to think about in terms of making the music, how will it align to what sort of content I can create, which is a shame because I feel like you can hear the difference.
Yeah, for sure.
In a massive way. It's a real shame.
You walk into the studio and you say, I want a TikTok song, and that's what you're going to get.
And that's what you're going to get. There's a particular beat, there's a particular speed, you need to be saying a particular thing. Everyone's trying to find that one legendary line that can be used as a soundbite. It's really unfortunate.
People don't know the songs like that. You're not going back to listen to a song. You listen to that short 10, 15, 30 second clip of that song 100%. And then that's what you're consuming. You're not consuming the whole song.
Do you know what, yeah? I feel like when it comes to the music scene, the UK music scene, I think real rap is going to come, and it's going to come.
I mean, it started already. What's that guy's name?
No, it hasn't.
What's that guy's name?
What, Nux?
No, not Nux. The new guy.
Bow Wow.
Who?
Okay.
Bow Wow.
Bow Wow.
Who's Bow Wow?
Who's Bow Wow?
Bow Wow.
Real ones, no.
Bow Wow.
Bow Wow.
Anyway.
No, so I can't remember the guy's name. The one that made a song with what's that guy's name? Chingy. What's his name?
Strands, the one that cosplays 50 Cent.
Yeah, so real rap is back. You know,
I hear it. No, I can see that.
I feel so old. 'Cause I don't know these artists.
Look, I like Strands,
but Strands is good.
I like Strands a lot. I'm a fan of Strands, But this is what I mean about the state of music that we're in. We shouldn't be accepting this. We shouldn't be accepting
It's not that bad.
It's not bad.
He's great. I really like. I've got his song saved. Like, I do enjoy the sound.
Is it lyrics?
It's the fact that you are literally
copying 50 Cent.
Yeah, man, it's crazy, dog. But
it's not acceptable.
We have lived in the age of people just remixing old school tracks, and then that's purely it. For the past 5 years,
this is different. It's not remixing old school tracks. He's not even sampling it. He said
AI.
Do you know what? I'm not gonna lie. My genre of music, I love where I'm at with music right now, which is
you found a new subsection. Yeah, that's fair.
My Larry June, Nux, PBGR.
That's always going to be there.
PBGR's coming back out, by the way.
Yeah, I
You
know.
said this
They've
too
been saying
many
that for a long
No,
time.
because I've been seeing them posting on their story.
Yeah.
You're not watching, you guys. Yeah, so
Weird.
they're coming into the fold. That will just be my little corner. I'm just gonna stay
Yeah,
there. In the corner.
but that's the thing. I feel that's what happens with music is that you graduate to finding your space and you just enjoy that as you grow older.
That corner has always existed.
It's always
though.
been there. We're talking about the mainstream, the place where people are being turned into aliens with all of this chingy dances. Like, if I'm honest, TikTok has ruined music and it's ruined artists personally because true art is not there anymore.
See me like wiggle like this.
And let me see a wiggle like a dose. Like there's no, there's no.
No, you're gonna do the dance as well.
There's just no.
I
I'm
don't
just.
know the dance.
Oh, okay.
And then even when you're in the dance, you seen people do all the dances, and it's like, bro, like this is where we're at now, man.
That one is even. Look,
Everyone's doing
I can't lie,
ting
bang a
tang,
stick,
wow,
I
like,
bang a
it
stick
bangs
it.
and it bangs. I agree, it bangs. I'm someone that does the dances sometimes too. I'm not running from it,
I don't do dance.
but I do have to say that I do miss the days where the dances were a lot more natural. You're moving to the beat. You're moving to the beat of someone that made a song, not based off old school songs or
man.
not based off trying to chart on TikTok. Just based off the fact that
That's
I made a song.
unfortunate.
I miss Craig David's 7 Days. You know, like,
I hear it.
You get what I mean? Like, I miss real music.
Yeah.
You're so old.
I know I am. What do you want me to do?
I miss Craig David.
No, I'm not gonna lie. Like
what do you want to do? Like,
I really
they be real.
miss. I'm not saying Craig David, but
Oh, wait. See,
before
my friends. Yeah, I do that regularly.
Okay,
sometimes.
so wait. When did this whole Russ kind of music start happening?
About 5 years ago.
I would say
About 5.
2019, 18.
Yeah, when we got
18.
chucked into that thing that flipped us upside
Flipped
down.
our world
COVID.
upside down. Is that
Yeah,
cool?
it was
Just
COVID,
before
it's
that,
COVID.
man.
Gun Lane, that Gun Lane.
We should have seen it when we saw Russ coming.
Russ
to be
was
honest.
prior to Gun Lane.
Yeah.
Was prior to COVID.
Oh, so we came first to count the chicken.
yeah. It was him. It's the chicken or the egg, you joke.
I thought it was
the
the cow
cow or
chicken.
chicken.
Wait,
That's for sure.
what was the guy that Russ rapped with initially from Ireland?
No one knows his name.
Oh, you know what it is? Because he got cleared off.
He was cold.
Russ
How
said,
does that song go again?
no one remembers.
I don't know, man.
Oh, that was a good
No one
song.
remembers.
I'm not gonna lie. All I'm gonna say is
the only
that
two people that made it is Russ and
Gun
Crud
Lane,
is mad.
Gun Lane.
How could them two make it? You won the singers on the track. That's a joke.
That's so funny.
I think I can't say real rap, but I definitely music with substance needs to come back out. And do you know what? Yeah, because
We're not talking about you, Kendrick Lamar.
No.
You can say
stay
where
there.
you are.
No,
You stay there.
Him and that Thorn Crown, you need to take that somewhere else.
Which Thorn Crown? Okay.
Who needs to come back? And I'm not gonna lie, heavy is the shoulders. Your shoulders, you've got the boulder on your shoulders.
What's he carrying? Who?
It's J Hus. If J Hus's album, yeah, because this album's coming out this summer,
Yeah.
Hopefully.
hopefully.
We don't know.
If this album, J Hus, this is the album, because I know you can hear me from where you are, because you can hear me through the
No,
waves.
see, God forbid, like, that's even why I'm not even looking forward to this album. I can't
I know,
lie.
I'm
Every
trying
video
lie,
I
man.
see of him, he gets deeper and deeper
Did you
into
see
the...
him with
Burna Boy?
Burna Boy.
Tell
What was
me,
he
tell
doing,
me.
fam?
This girl's talking, yeah. And she,
I'm not like you, man. I don't have to listen to J Hus like that. You know,
Yeah,
that's
I
not
hear
my
it.
that's not my type of artist. You know, I like US rap, so I don't have to do that.
Kesi, you're lying.
No,
through the
listen.
gaps in your teeth.
If I hear a little bit of J Hus and it's nice,
That is.
if I hear a little bit of a J Hus and it's nice to me, then I bet.
All I'm gonna say, yeah, there's only a few that are standing right now. We have to give it what it got.
I do understand that, but
Kojo
what I will
Fun's gone.
what I will say though is that
Addison Lee gone.
while I appreciate that, like, obviously J Hus is a legend in his own right, yeah. He has shown me enough.
Yeah, for you to be like, yo, we can't even.
I'll listen to. You know, if it's all right, I might. But I'm not excited. I'm not looking forward to it. Once it lands, I'll be happy it's here. But the anticipation, you can miss me with that. We've done the iPad stage. We've done the Instagram selfie stage. We are now at the point where it's just full blown. Don't even know what side of the world you're rocking with.
Yeah, man. I hear
You
it.
gotta help me out.
Yeah, man. I can't lie.
So
Anyway,
sorry, the way he
let-
was jittering with Burna Boy, miss me with that,
and
man.
the thing is, Burna Boy was okay with someone doing
Yeah,
that. So-
Burna
And
Boy's a
that
bit of
is
a
even
mad
what
man
side
too.
of the world are you? Help me out.
Anyway.
Burna Boy's a bit of a mad one
Yeah,
too.
man.
Like,
Next thing on the list is in regards to fashion. Yeah, fashion right now. Because I'm not gonna lie, fashion. Look, why are you rubbing your head?
it's hot.
Yeah,
It's hot. Hey, are we gonna do a 2-part thing of this?
we
you
might
think?
have to.
I feel like we should.
Might
Should we
have
just
to.
do fashion and then
Yeah,
and then
we'll do
do
fashion.
part 2 maybe?
Yeah. So from me para me. Yeah. We've already spoken about this on many occasions. Our first episode is streetwear dead. Oh. Streetwear.
Shout out DBTA.
Streetwear isn't even dead. Yeah. Streetwear isn't dead right now. Streetwear is in the vein.
Streetwear's come back alive and went to sleep again.
No, streetwear's gone to hell still.
Yeah, no, 100%. No, 100%. 100%. Yeah, 100%. With the people that tried to take it to where it is, yeah, they've gone. Even high fashion as well. Isn't even in the bin. You know what high fashion reminds me of?
What?
You know when it reminds me of the people from what's it called Out. Is it Out? Is it Out?
What's Out?
The film with what's his name?
Get Out.
Get Out. That's one. Yeah, man. I got half of it right.
But just say out. Out.
You know how
1 out of 2 ain't bad.
Thank you.
1 out of 2 ain't
Thank
bad.
you. Wait, no, 'cause you're gonna make me hot. You know when they're trying to take his body, yeah? That is how high fashion is right now. High fashion has sucked the living daylight out of streetwear, and now they both are dead.
Yeah.
That's how it is right now.
All right, let's do luxury fashion first.
Oh my days.
I've already told you what's happened to luxury fashion.
Out. Okay,
Luxury fashion.
luxury fashion. In terms of where it is right now, yeah, I don't feel like luxury
Stale,
fashion
mate.
can ever truly die. But if we're talking about our culture, that is millennials, Gen Z. I don't want to say black. It's not just about black people, but like, you know what I'm talking about, like us lot in it, like.
Yeah.
Not race, guys, please.
Who
but like the
makes-
culture in it,
Yeah.
this culture.
Who makes...
The culture.
Thank you.
No. I'm not
Okay, go on.
I'm not talking about rappers. I'm trying to say, who makes high fashion popular? It isn't the people that go to Goyard and they can afford Goyard and they got millions of pounds. It is our culture. And I'm not talking about black people.
Maybe
disregard
if
that.
I
It's
could
like-
continue with what I was saying.
Yeah.
Oh, you was taking your time.
Yeah. I think you
Out.
should continue. I think you should continue.
Thank you. Thanks. So like I was saying, millennials, Gen Z, us lot in it. I feel like as far as luxury fashion for us, I definitely feel like there was a time where luxury fashion was the carrot and we were the donkeys. That is, whatever they put in front of us,
We
we'll
were
just
chasing,
we'll be going.
All over print Burberry. All
Doesn't
over
matter
print
what they
Gucci.
give us,
As long
we
as
will
it's that,
actually
we're
take
going
it,
there.
literally. So every year, if we go back to maybe say 10 or so years ago, maybe even longer, anything that brand brought out, whatever they said is popular for that season, we were going for that season. When Givenchy was bringing out Rottweiler and that whole
That was
period,
the beginning, man.
anything that they
Crazy
did,
time.
we were on that type of time. If they said leather's in, we're wearing leather. When Alexander McQueen brought out the oversized shoe, we were all wearing the oversized shoe. Even if we go further back, when Alexander McQueen brought out the scarf, the skull scarf, we were on it. It doesn't matter if it's nice, we're rocking with it. We don't care. So there was a point where luxury fashion would put something in front of us and we would all wear it. I think right up until in the last couple of years where Balenciaga just started giving us rubbish. I feel like that was the point where we actually started saying, hold on a sec.
What's going on?
What's going on? What's actually going on here?
Yeah.
Alessandro Michele, when he was at Gucci and he was bringing out certain things that are a bit left field, I think it got to a point where a lot of people, when I say us lot, you know what I mean now, like our age, we kind of realized like, sorry, this isn't working.
For a prick.
Yeah, and between the cosy lives and the fact that we actually can't afford luxury like that, we realized, okay, hold on, actually, no, it's not that.
Do you know what?
And then I also feel like as well, online, Instagram, and smaller brands, streetwear, other things took more of a priority that we felt like, oh no, actually, this is popping instead.
Yeah.
And eventually, at some point, we became the carrot. And the brands became the donkey.
I hear it. And I was actually going to say, I actually really feel like luxury fashion and streetwear in itself may have died in their own rights, but they've merged together to the point where it's like luxury fashion is streetwear, and streetwear has become luxury fashion, and you can see that in the likes of the new Off-White runway shows, the new Louis Vuitton runway shows, the Gucci runway shows. Is that a lot of things that you are seeing there was traditionally separated. It was either a streetwear thing with loads of athleisure, or it was a high fashion thing with some really, really good cut and sew stuff and
that's
all this
true.
kind of stuff. But I feel like it's become so merged, and I think the new heads, creative directors of these brands now are people that have come from the streetwear line, not from the traditional, like what Kanye tried to do, go to Fendi and this and that to learn and go through that way. It's come from raw, like streetwear kind of authentic kind of people going into these high fashion brands, and it's merged it to the point where either one of those standalone fashion styles for me has gone and it's like merged into one.
Yeah,
it's their own demise, to be honest, because really and truly streetwear being separate to luxury fashion was perfect. Bring them together and merge it and blurring the lines to the point where it's like, as you said, we became the carrots and they're chasing us because we know what we want. We want our own style, which is personal to us. A lot of it now is comfortable. They have no choice then to meet the demand, really and truly. I mean, well, not meet the demand, but meet what the masses want, essentially. When it comes to high fashion now, obviously that's got its own market for sure, but you've seen on many occasions where people say that even people that are within that tax bracket don't really care for those brands anymore. It's not a situation where they're looking for that kind of stuff. So ultimately, where do you turn to? You turn to the masses. So you have to produce what the masses want, which is streetwear. And that's why I say that luxury fashion and streetwear has almost merged to the point where it's giving birth to something else.
I'm not gonna lie, like even nowadays when I do go into places like Selfridges anymore, like I don't really see things.
I don't see much.
Like I'm even going based off the last time we went to Selfridges, and even as you said that, the first thing that popped into my head was Louis Vuitton. When we went into Louis Vuitton, mate, there was obviously a trainer I liked, but clothing wise, when I'm seeing clouds with pink things on it and all, I'm like, you guys have actually just bastardized yourself.
But this is what I'm saying. This is where it's gotten weird because they haven't been able to. You can't distinguish between the two now. What I have in my head now is that when I walk into a place like Louis Vuitton and I see something there's designs, I'm like, I can see something like this in H&M. I can see something like this in a market. I can see something like this in a streetwear independent label, independent brand. And it's like, it's almost as if it's like that pedestal which it was on before is no longer there because it's blurred now. It's a point where it's like, you can see a crazy design in Louis Vuitton for 5k, but no one cares about it being 5k anymore. We care about the design. And you know that you can go and get that off an Instagram brand for a fraction of the price.
And also, fashion now, or should I say social media's impact on fashion now has made everything accessible, because now we've got influencers now which are normal people and they are gifted stuff and they're wearing stuff such as Louis Vuitton, all of these jewelry, all of this type of stuff, which makes you feel like, okay, if this person that's just around the way can wear this, I can wear it as well, which makes it ultra accessible.
It's
just before we touch on this, because I think this is a good point, I just want to go back because it seems like we're going away from what I was going to say was that another thing that I feel like has killed luxury fashion specifically, remember your point about social media, what is, I feel like it's because there was this massive thing about collaborating with streetwear brands
or athletic brands.
Yeah, that was one thing that I feel like personally killed it. When we were walking through Selfridges over the weekend, the Miu Miu New Balances, did you see them?
No, I didn't.
God,
terrible,
so bad. And I could have told you Miu Miu had no business collaborating with New Balance. I could have said that. I could have told them that.
Why was Loewe collaborating with On?
The running thing. So you see, like, I feel like collaborations, number one, but specifically collaborating with streetwear was where they went wrong. That was their way of, I say they, luxury brands. I feel like that was their way of trying to connect with what they felt like the people wanted.
Yeah.
But someone like Miu Miu has no business collaborating with New Balance. Someone like Loewe has no business collaborating with a trainer brand.
It doesn't make sense.
An athletics brand.
I don't agree with that remark. I don't think their attention was that good. I think ultimately what they saw is that the masses were not going for their outlandish items
Super
anymore.
trainers.
You know that brands like Gucci, brands like Louis Vuitton, their oversized, crazy print stuff was most likely not the most expensive stuff on their line. It was mostly going to be the cheaper stuff on their line. The masses didn't disregarded that for a very long time. So they lost that share of the market. They lost that completely to streetwear. So if we can't produce our own stuff and you guys enjoy it, let's collaborate with the brands that you guys do enjoy, and maybe we can gain back that market share. I think that's the angle they come from. It wasn't even a situation where they're trying to appeal to us. It was a situation where they're like, the things that were appealing to you guys don't like anymore. Let me go and find a way that you guys can come to us in a different way that you will like.
But what I can say, do you know what, you know when you're playing the odds, and you're like, okay, there's a huge odds that I'm going to be able to sell this. With them, it feels like it's not even 50-50. It's like, if I'm a basketball player and I'm shooting free throws, my score out of 10 is like 2 out of 10. It's like, for example, they did North Face. The North Face collab was cold. Every time, I think, majority of the time when Gucci have done a North Face collab, it's been all right. Jackets wise, everyone's like, I would love a jacket, but you're already priced out because of the price. When you did Gucci and Pokemon, when you did Gucci and Adidas, the first Adidas, okay, decent. Shoes, I was like, yeah, decent. Now you release, you should have just left it. Like, I understand what you're saying in regards to the market share, but it's something that isn't needed. Like, these collaborations, and Nike is even one of them as well, from an athleisure perspective, you're just collaborating. Like, there was one time when we said, like, these collaborations are becoming ridiculous. Like, it's now the norm to do collaborations. Collaborations used to be a specialty.
Thing,
Now it's an everyday thing, and that's what's removing that rarity.
It's blurring the lines.
It's not even blurring the lines. It's not rare anymore. When you used to hear about collaboration, you'd be like, yes, cool.
It's exciting because
I'm
not
going
many
for
of
this
them.
right now.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, if you go on Mr. Porter, it's like, okay, you have the Gucci section, then you have Gucci X Adidas, then you have Moncler X JW Anderson.
What would you say was probably the last highly anticipated high fashion collab with a streetwear brand?
Mad, that's a very good question.
Off the top of my head, the Dior Jordans.
That's what I was going to say, the Dior Jordan 1s.
The Dior Jordans or...
Supreme Louis Vuitton.
Yeah. I was going to say the first drop of the Gucci North Face coats.
I was going to say...
The first drop did a lot, but like you said, the price was too much. It priced out the normal guys.
Even those, there was a pair of trainers that Dior brought with Travis Scott, those first chunky ones.
Yeah, but even that...
I don't think that
there
counts,
was no chance
okay.
of you even getting that shoe.
And that was just a Dior trainer anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
That wasn't a collab.
Wasn't it? I swear it was a Travis Scott.
It was a collab with Travis Scott, but it wasn't. It was a Dior shoe.
It was a Dior, so he was just there as like a guest. Yeah. I would say the Dior Jordans. When was that? 20 what?
Boy,
We're in trouble,
that was in
man.
lockdown.
Was it lockdown?
You can imagine ever since then how many athleisure and high fashion brand collabs there's been since that point. It's been an onslaught. It's been crazy.
Do you know what? I think the fashion industry at the moment, to me, feels lost.
Yeah.
Completely lost.
I agree. I totally agree.
It seems lost in certain places, but there's some glimmers of hope with certain people that are being appointed to certain companies.
Go on.
What?
Pharrell at Louis Vuitton now. You have the I can't remember the guy's name that was appointed to Off-White.
Ibrahim Kamara.
Yes.
Did I make that up?
Maybe. Luigi at Bali. I feel like there's glimmers of hope here and there. It's just that
I didn't make it up.
It's just that I'm not sure how to put it, but I just feel like the traditional idea of what high fashion is supposed to be, and I'm not talking about couture fashion because that's a whole different element itself, but high fashion itself, the way it looked 20 years ago, it will never get back to that.
Yeah. But the thing is...
And it's a good thing to me personally.
Yeah, I don't want it to go back. I think, I'm not going to lie here, the perfect state, and I'm going to use Louis Vuitton as an example. When Virgil joined Louis Vuitton, how long was Virgil at Louis Vuitton for?
2 years, 3 years.
Yeah. About it was only that long.
It must have been about 3 years.
He died before the third collection came out, I believe.
That's mad. Okay, so that's all I can say. Those 2 years, the first 2 years of Virgil being at Louis Vuitton was one of the best times for fashion.
2018
was one of the best.
He was appointed.
Yeah, 2018.
Yeah. So 2018 to let's say 2020.
2019.
We giving him 22?
1920.
Yeah, we're going to give him 22.
2020 passed, isn't it?
Yeah, because obviously he released a collection before he died.
Before the third collection. No, because that's the runway show happened.
He died in 21.
Yeah.
Died in 21.
He passed away before that last collection came out.
So those 2 years when he was obviously very prominent at Louis Vuitton.
Three essentially, because that last collection was his.
Okay, 3 years was one of the best times in fashion.
It was a really exciting time.
It was an exciting time.
It was a really exciting time.
I think Virgil's life in fashion was just
It was a very exciting period.
You cannot underestimate what he did and the presence that he brought and how fashion was kind of like it was buzzing. Now, mate, this thing is dead.
But I think part of the problem is, I don't know if we're going to say the same thing here. Part of the problem is that people saw Virgil's moves and tried to replicate it. They all tried to replicate it across the board.
That's the issue.
And it did not work the same.
Yep.
Virgil has ties to Kanye West. So he, and not just Kanye West, obviously he's got ties all over the place, but like he was authentically embedded in the culture.
Yeah.
He was respected as a man of the culture and it made sense. He was an anomaly at the time.
Yeah.
So what he
artificially do
right. So like what he did with Nike was legendary. No one could have predicted it. It was him. He did it and he broke the seal. It was a mad thing.
And
it was
Kanye that broke the seal.
No. When we're talking,
so.
When we're talking about, obviously those trainers were great. Yeah, that's fine. But the 10,
yeah,
no one can replicate what
the
the 10 did for collaborations and Nike in general, and like destructing a shoe and making it so cool and edgy. So what Virgil did was mad. And then what he went on to do at Louis Vuitton was even more mad because there was no one like Virgil doing something like that for such a big fashion house.
Making an airplane out of a bag.
Not even just that, just his appointment in general.
Yeah.
And then when he got there, he wasn't playing it safe.
Yeah.
And then now you want everyone to come and follow the same footsteps and do the same thing.
Every brand went to artificially try and recreate
and
that.
it didn't work.
Just look at Balenciaga and Adidas. It's like, where in the world does that make
sense?
I feel like Balenciaga probably, whoever was sitting on their board at the time and was sitting there saying that this was a smart idea, you definitely didn't have anyone that was part of the culture. Because they were probably looking at Adidas from the 90s, the early days, B-boy days, where Adidas had some sort of pull on the culture, and they thought maybe we can hang off that. The whole idea was that they, as Kesi said, they tried to replicate what Virgil was doing with Nike and what Virgil was doing at Louis Vuitton, and every other brand wanted a piece of that because Nike and Virgil was insane, Louis Vuitton and Virgil was insane, and every other brand felt like they were missing out on what the masses was bringing, which is the money.
Can I be honest? I wasn't mad at Balenciaga and Adidas. I just felt like they didn't do it right.
No, I was angry at it. That was terrible.
Oh no, what they brought out was bad stuff. It was bad stuff. I completely agree. But if the CEO of Adidas and I was CEO of Balenciaga or creative director or whatever, and they came up to me and they said, I want to collab. In my mind, that makes sense. The execution was just piss poor. And that's because Demna and the whole or Denmar, however you pronounce his name, his creative direction for Balenciaga was fucked. You weren't giving me anything except for oversized t-shirts and old football tops.
But that's what I'm saying. So why would you have thought that was a good direction to have gone to?
I thought it was. I think it could have been so much better because Adidas had the vintage angle. They could have gone down the Samba angle and really like push forward that vintage old
Balenciaga
look.
wasn't vintage. Balenciaga at that point was grunge.
Yeah,
there was a way.
Let me be real with you. Yeah, Balenciaga and Adidas does not make sense.
It does.
I believe it could have made sense.
Looking at the history of what Adidas has done in terms of collaborations with like even up to now, actually not even that far back, but Wells Bonner, you've got clean cut looks. Adidas was always the high fashion of the b-boy look. You get what I mean? It was that clean cut, the clean cut tracksuits and all that kind of stuff. It wasn't anything. It wasn't grungy in any sort of way. It just didn't make any sense to me.
I think they could have done it. But that's me.
Let me be real with you as well. Yeah, with both of you. Adidas have done some iconic things in their time, but
you want them to hang it up flat screen.
Adidas themselves need to hang their boots.
Because they lost Kanye.
Not because of Kanye, but me looking back at what Adidas have done, the superstars, cold. Sambas, cold. Gazelles, cold. But they are things that are very fleeting. Yeah? They've come in, they've done what they've done. They've been iconic. Yes, they've done what they've done. But when I hear Adidas, and I hear them collaborating with brands, I don't see no excitement. I don't see anything because even themselves, they are plain and respectfully. crap.
They've definitely fumbled the bag for a number of years.
It's far too long.
It's not even
far too long. There's been nothing.
They don't have the bag.
There's been nothing that's come out that's really been exciting, that's gripped the market, and it's only when they've gone back to do their old stuff where they've probably seen some sort of bump, but nothing too crazy. Yeezy was the only thing in Adidas that was crazy.
That's it.
The last thing that Adidas did that was crazy was Ultra Boost and the NMDs.
Yep.
And after that died, nothing came out. They tried with a bunch of different stuff, and it never really worked.
It's not picking up.
So when I heard about them collaborating with high fashion brands, for me personally, it didn't make any sense. And I can't really think of head what brand they could have done it. Maybe they're doing it with certain creators such as Wells Bonner and all those kind of people. Yes, fine. But a fashion house, as you tried to replicate what Gucci did with Nike, and it just was not. I mean, sorry, not Gucci. Sorry, what Virgil did with Nike, and what Virgil went on to do with Louis Vuitton, and it just was not going to happen.
Because I want to touch on that point, the thing about Adidas, Adidas and Yeezy, it wasn't even Adidas, it was Kanye West's brand that he then partnered up with Adidas, Every single person that has collaborated with Adidas, I hope this is not the case, but their brand has taken an impact. Sean Weatherspoon, did a collaboration with Adidas. We every single thing he's released has been piss poor. Jerry Lorenzo,
was that Adidas's fault?
But I won't put on Adidas. But what I'm talking about is
them shoes ass.
No. Okay, those shoes are ass. But when he worked with Nike and he did what he did with the Air Maxes, so you can't just blame it on Sean Weatherspoon doing that. What I'm trying to say is that
I have to on that occasion.
Can't lie, man.
You can't, man. What I'm trying to say,
see
Jerry Lorenzo. What has Jerry Lorenzo released from Adidas?
They haven't released anything yet.
Yeah, they haven't released anything yet. But
what did Pusha T release with Adidas?
Brown bag shoes.
What I will say is I do hear.
I've given you 3 people.
I do hear what you're saying, but I actually think that the Gucci and Adidas collection was perfectly fine.
The first release was fine.
Yeah, I just think with all things. Nike have done it too. Sometimes you just get to a point you're overdoing it. Gucci and North Face, they overdid it. They overdid it. I do think Adidas, they've got I'm very sad about where Adidas is right now.
Yeah, for sure. They're down bad.
Adidas has the ick.
They are quite. I think they've got
Adidas
the corny juice on them.
The ick.
I just don't think they can shake it off.
Yeah, man.
I think right now they've got corny juice on them and it's not going anywhere. But I think as far as the Sambas are doing great right now.
They are.
Like they are having a time. The Gazelles are having a time. Do you know what I mean?
But they always have a time in the midst of everyone.
Right. Which is why I feel like Adidas is one of those. Adidas to me are like songwriters to the music industry.
Okay.
They get by.
Yeah.
They eat. They do eat.
They don't get the limelight though.
They don't get the limelight. Every now and again, they might shine for a little bit, for a season.
Yeah, facts.
But then they'll just continuously, quietly eat.
Look.
And I feel like every now and again, a songwriter will collab and do a good thing with a good artist and have a good time.
Yep.
And I feel like that's what Gucci and Adidas was. And then they take it far.
Yeah,
and then they meet Balenciaga or
And
they
then,
do some BS. And then they just go back to being the songwriter.
Now.
And that's what I feel like Adidas is.
If that first Gucci and Adidas collab was a bit more affordable, it would have
been nuts. And if they had more of that green trainer, it would have been nuts.
That's for you personally.
What I'm trying to say
about as a collection, as a whole.
But touching on what you said in regards to Virgil went to Nike and then Virgil went to Louis Vuitton and so many brands tried to replicate that thing. That is the issue. That is the issue in the fashion industry right now. Is that everybody is trying to. I think everyone's trying to stay afloat. Yeah. And when something blows and something goes mad, and this is something not just with the fashion industry, everything in general right now, there's creativity here and there. Yeah. But a large majority of the culture and what's going on in the world right now is there's this anomaly. A unicorn. He blows. He does something, he blows. Yeah, he or she blows or they blow and then everybody copies it, and then the whole market is saturated. Everyone's copying the same thing. When the monograms were all over the tops, everyone did it. Fendi did it. Balenciaga did it. Gucci did it. Everyone's just trying to stay afloat, and everyone's trying to be popping, and that is what's messing up the whole industry, the whole culture, music, fashion, everything. It's all done.
Do you think designers are scared?
I think designers are scared. I don't think there are enough disruptors in the scene at the minute. I feel like you made a really good point just then about luxury, like fashion houses. I know they've always copied each other, but there's a lot of copying.
It's too much. Everyone's licking everyone's ass.
If one person does one thing and it blows, everyone's like, yeah, bet we're going to do the same thing.
Oversized shoe.
And it's really weird. So like right now with fashion, there's a lot of micro stuff. Like Miu Miu came out with I'm speaking specifically for women's wear now. Miu Miu came out with a viral micro skirt and Diesel said, wait 1 second, we're going to do it too. And then they came out with their version of a micro skirt. And I'm just like, I wish there wasn't so much of that. I wish there were still people that just did what they did. And I think one brand that's doing an amazing job of that is Loewe. Loewe don't care what anyone's on. They're actually just doing what they want to do.
They had a little blunder though.
Bottega did it when they had their time too.
So that's what I was going to say. Another thing that's really unfortunate is that because everyone's sleeping in each other's beds, now Daniel Lee is at Burberry doing the exact same thing that he was doing at Bottega.
What's his name from
Matthew Blazy.
Saint Laurent.
Oh, Heidi Slimane.
He went from Saint Laurent to Celine. Did the same Teddy jacket
to
there.
do the exact same thing. My guy, Matthew Blazy. I hope I'm pronouncing his name right.
Yeah, it's kind of mad.
Matthew Blazy, that's now at Bottega. He was previously at Raf Simons. Coming to do very similar stuff. So it's like, in terms of what we're getting right now, it's just very samey, and I'm really not here for it.
I think that's the issue. There's not enough, like Kesi said, there's not enough disruptors in the scene right now. And the thing is, now looking back at it, I now appreciate people like Kanye, Virgil. I'm hoping Pharrell does something mad at Louis Vuitton. But Virgil, Kanye, these people were very special people to the scene.
Even outside that, Tom Ford,
Ricardo
Tisci.
Who else?
I was actually on his Instagram page not too long ago.
He was Marc Jacobs. Marc Jacobs.
Marc Jacobs. But do you know what? Even as you were saying that, like a few years ago, and I'm going back 10 years ago, and now bubbling up to Kanye and Virgil. Yeah. There was a time when every brand was doing their own thing.
Yeah, for sure.
Every brand was doing. I'm thinking about, for example, and this is something as easy as jeans. There was G-Star Raw. Yeah. There was Diesel. There was True Religion. There were all these different brands.
And you can clearly identify what each brand was. And there wasn't any blurred lines.
100%.
Now look at it.
No, you're completely right.
I think we should stop here.
Yeah.
Let us know if you want a part 2. We've got other things on our minds. We still want to talk a little bit more about streetwear, and then there's also talking about culture as well and how we feel like
the culture's changing.
Yes.
Is it changing for the better? Or is it changing for the worse?
We don't want to spoil it. So we'll save that for next time. Okay, guys, that brings us to the end of a very interesting, lengthy, but that was going to be my word, but I thought that's a bit bad, man.
Yeah.
It was a good conversation.
Conversation.
But yes, it is a very lengthy conversation, and there's more to come. So we'll see you in a fortnight, but you know how to find us. We're Hype and Then Some. You can find us on our socials on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, all by searching Hype and Then Some. You can listen to us at Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and Soundcloud by searching Hype and Then Some. And you can watch us on YouTube by searching Hype and Then Some. MBT, any other business?
This is episode 126. We're Hype and Then Some, and we're out.
Peace.